Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our recognition night for our football players, managers, cheerleaders, band, cross country, and boys golf, and their parents. We're proud to pay special attention tonight to these individuals for the tremendous amount of dedication and loyalty they have displayed throughout their careers and for the entertainment they have provided. Our first football player is Dylan Anderson, the son of Tammy and John Starkey. He has participated in baseball and football. Dylan will be enlisting in the National Guard after graduation. He will attend Kirkwood Community College next fall to earn his diesel mechanic certification. Please recognize Dylan and his parents. Tyler Bailey is the son of Jeffrey and Carrie Bailey. Tyler participated in football, track and field, and wrestling. He is also a member of the Burlington Playhounds. Tyler hasn't decided where he'll be attending college next fall. He plans on furthering his football career while majoring in education. Please recognize Tyler and his parents. Gavin Billings is the son of Carrie and Aaron Billings. Gavin has participated in football and is a member of the Leo Club. Gavin will attend advanced individual training at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri for engineering. He will be attending Southeastern Community College next fall to major in criminal justice. Please recognize Gavin and his parents. Dayton Wiener is the son of Lisa and the late Gary Wiener. Dayton has participated in football, track and field, tennis, and bowling. He is also a member of Student Council. Dayton will attend Southeastern Community College next fall. He will major in K-12 education or athletic training. Please recognize Dayton and his mother, Lisa, and nephew, Ron Moser. Martin Serta is the son of Jasmine Martin. He has participated in soccer and football. Martin plans to enlist in the Army as a 31B military police officer after graduation. Please recognize Martin, his grandmother Joyce, and his mother Jasmine. Cale Burchett is the son of Scott and Carrie Burchett. Cale has participated in football and is a member of the National Honor Society. Cale will attend Southeastern Community College next fall. He will major in business. Please recognize Cale and his parents. Austin Davis is the son of Mary Davis and Dean Gilbert. Austin has participated in football and wrestling. Austin will be attending trade school next fall to major in fiber optics. Please recognize Austin and his parents. Austin Jones is the son of Tony Jones and Judy Jones. Austin has participated in football and basketball. Austin will attend Southeastern Community College next fall. He will major in welding. Please recognize Austin, his mother Judy, and Mr. Mike Siebels. Eddie Luckett is the son of Brittany Scott. Eddie has participated in football. He is undecided on college as a major. Please recognize Eddie and his escort, Ms. Karina Ship. Blake Myers is the son of Troy and Kelly Myers. Blake has participated in football, basketball, baseball, and track and field. Blake hasn't decided where he will be attending college next fall. He will major in athletic training. Please recognize Blake and his parents. Travis T-Bone Thompson is the son of Marvin and Janet Thompson. Travis has participated in football and wrestling. He is also a member of the National Honor Society, Student Council, and DECA. Travis plans on joining a military branch after graduation and pursuing a degree in accounting. Please recognize Travis and his parents. Diego Treviso is the son of Perla Nunez and Juan Treviso. Diego has participated in football and soccer. He is also a member of the FCA and Student Council. Diego hasn't decided where he'll be attending college next fall. He plans on furthering his soccer career while majoring in business. Please recognize Diego and his parents. Isaac Wixom is the son of Melody and Hutch Steems and Justin Wixom. Isaac has participated in football, bowling, and tennis. He is also a member of the BHS Pathfinder. Isaac hasn't decided where he'll be attending a college next fall. He plans on continuing his football career while majoring in physical education. Please recognize Isaac and his parents. Alex Chu is the son of Lan and Terry Potter. Alex has participated in football, wrestling, and track and field. He is also a member of the Leo Club and Student Council. Alex will be attending advanced individual training at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri after graduation. He will attend the University of Iowa next fall to major in finance. Please recognize Alex and his parents. Let's give a round of applause for our senior football players and managers. We next recognize our senior band students. Our first senior band member is Mackenzie Ballard, the daughter of Anita Roth and Andrew Martin. She has participated in marching band, concert band, symphonic band, treble choir, and Club M. Her plans after graduation include joining the U.S. Marine Reserves and then going to the University of Iowa or Northern Iowa to pursue a degree in social work, eventually becoming a mental health social worker. Please recognize Mackenzie and her parents. Savannah Daigle is the daughter of Louis Daigle II. She has participated in marching band and concert band. Her plans after graduation include attending SCC to major in animation and then transferring to a 4-year school. Please recognize Savannah and her father. Abby Hunter is the daughter of Bruce and Brenda Hunter. She has participated in marching band, concert band, symphonic band, playhounds, and trap shooting, girls swimming, and bowling. Her plans after graduation are earning her AA degree and then transferring to William Penn University to work on a degree in forensic science. Please recognize Abby and her parents. Jessica Kendall is the daughter of Laura and Darvin Kendall. She has participated in band, choir, Leo Club, Student Council, Renaissance Club, Junior Class Cabinet, National Honor Society, Ecology Club, Club M, Dream Catchers, and tennis. After graduation, she plans on attending a 4-year university to study biochemistry. Please recognize Jessica and her parents. Olivia Leach is the daughter of Randy and Dana. She has participated in treble choir, concert band, symphonic band, mixed choir, a cappella, marching band, and volleyball. Her plans after graduation are to attend the University of Northern Iowa to major in psychology and eventually becoming a military psychologist. Please recognize Olivia and her parents. Gabrielle McDowell is the daughter of Mike and Tracy McDowell. She has participated in marching band, concert band, symphonic band, pep band, student council, and varsity soccer. Her plans after graduation are to attend SCC to earn her AA degree and then transferring to the University of Iowa to study law. Please recognize Gabrielle and her parents. Subramanyam Mulanji is the son of Kumar and Santa Mulanji. She has participated in concert band, symphonic band, marching band, orchestra, jazz band, chamber orchestra, all-state orchestra, several honor bands, Southeast Iowa Symphony, Burlington Municipal Band, and Richmond Youth Orchestra. Outside of music, he has participated in the Iowa statewide math team, Burlington Math Team, Extend Learning, Talent and Gifted Program, Leo Club, National Honor Society, Science Olympiad, and Technology Student Association. His plans after graduation are to attend a college degree and use innovation, engineering, and computer science to contribute to the human condition while majoring in mathematics and computer science. Please recognize Subramanyam Kalangi and his mother. Aiden Orton is the son of Brian and Candace Orton. He has participated in marching band and concert band. After graduation, Aiden plans on attending Western Illinois University to major in forensic science. Please recognize Aiden and his parents. Henry Schaefer is the son of Janet and Norman Schaefer. He has participated in marching band, concert band, track, Hound Power, and FCA. His plans after graduation are to attend Northwest Iowa Community College to train to be a lineman. Please recognize Henry and his parents. Next, we'd like to announce our senior fall cheerleaders. Chloe Ballard is the daughter of Denise and Eric Ballard. Chloe has participated in cheerleading and competitive dance. She is also a member of Leo Club, BHS Pathfinder, and Ecology Club. Chloe will be attending Iowa State University next fall to a major in veterinary medicine. Please recognize Chloe and her parents. Emma Nelson is the daughter of Jeff and Brandy Nelson. Emma has participated in football and competition cheer. She is the Vice President of Student Council, a member of the Junior Class Cabinet, Senior Class Cabinet, the FCA, and AP Club. Emma will be attending Iowa State University next fall. She will major in elementary education. Please recognize Emma and her parents. Angela Remmers is the daughter of Ann Remmers. Angela has participated in cheerleading, tennis, and cross country. She is also a member of Ecology Club, the National Honor Society, Leo Club, Club M, Youth for Christ, Spanish Club, and Student Council. Angela hasn't decided where she'll be attending college next fall. She'll major in marine biology. Please recognize Angela and her grandfather, Mr. Ron Remmers. Grace Ann Strabela is the daughter of Dave and Heather Strabela. Grace Ann has participated in swimming, basketball cheer, football cheer, and competition cheer. She is also a member of the National Honor Society and is the president of Student Council. Grace Ann has not decided where she'll be attending college next fall. She'll major in elementary education. Please recognize Grace Ann and her parents. We next recognize our senior cross-country students. Our first senior is Casey Pepper, the daughter of Mark and Jill Pepper. Casey has participated in cross-country, track and field, and cheerleading. She is also a member of the National Honor Society, Student Council, and Junior Class Cabinet. Casey has not decided where she will attend college in the fall. She will major in athletic training. Please recognize Casey and her parents. Cora Ransford is the daughter of Janelle and Scott Ransford. Cora has participated in cross-country and track and field. She is also a member of the Leo Club. Cora has not decided where she'll be attending college next fall, but will a major in environmental science. Please recognize Cora and her parents. William Nieses is the son of Craig and Lisa Nieses. William has participated in cross country, track and field, and swimming. He is also a member of the Leo Club, National Honor Society, Boy Scouts, and Student Council. William has not decided where he will be attending college next fall, but is planning on attending in the tri-state area and major in kinesiology. Please recognize William and his parents. Last but not least, we recognize our boys senior golfer, Tanner Bunton. Tanner Bunton is the son of Jody Whitmore. Tanner has participated in baseball, basketball, and golf. He is also a member of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, National Honor Society, and Varsity Club. Tanner has not decided where he'll be attending college next fall. He plans to continue his baseball career while majoring in mechanical or environmental engineering with a minor in entrepreneurship. Please welcome Tanner and his mother, Jody. Seniors and parents, thank you for all you've done for our Greyhound Fall programs. We appreciate your efforts and wish our hounds the best of luck in tonight's game and in all their future endeavors. Let's give these seniors and their parents a final round of applause. We thank you all again. Please join Burlington High School in thanking Universal Therapy Group for donating the services of Scott Linebaugh and Kyle Peterson, our athletic trainers. Please take the time to thank Universal Therapy Group for their support of Burlington Greyhound Athletics. Burlington High School also thanks Trinity Lutheran Church for allowing our football fans to use their parking lots for home football games. We ask that everyone using the lots on the west side of Central Avenue please respect the Trinity Lutheran Church property, clean any debris that might be left in your parking area, and please walk on the paved surfaces to and from the game. Trinity Lutheran Church provides a tremendous service to our fans. We want to leave their property as beautiful as it was prior to our use. Please thank the members of Trinity Lutheran Church for their dedicated support of Greyhound Athletics. By order of the Board of Education of the Iowa High School Athletic Association, smoking or the use of smokeless tobacco products is prohibited. The school board has banned the use of tobacco products anywhere on school district property. Good sportsmanship is a high priority in high school events. The Burlington High School supports Conduct Counts program initiated by the Iowa High School Athletic Association and the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Negative comments, chants, and acts directed toward athletes, coaches, fans, or officials are unacceptable in this educational environment. BHS also prohibits the use of artificial noisemakers of any kind and activities outside or inside the playing area. This includes air horns, whistles, bells, megaphones, or any other device. Those fans yelling profanities, taunting, or using artificial noisemakers will be ejected from this event. Be a good sport for your school and your community. Cheer for your team and not against the opposing team. Just a reminder, no pets are allowed at Iowa High School games by order of the Iowa High School Athletic Association and the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. And fans, in an effort to stop the spread of COVID-19, we ask you to please follow social distancing guidelines and remain 6 feet apart from other spectators outside of your immediate household. We also ask that you please wear your mask when social distancing is not possible. evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, the Marching Greyhounds are joined by the Burlington Police Honor Guard. The band is directed on the field by Drum Major Casey Pepper. Ladies and gentlemen, the members of the Burlington Police Honor Guard are Officers Jason Webster and Josh Riffle. We now ask the gentlemen please remove their caps, and all who are able to do so, please stand in honor of our country for the playing of our national anthem. Well, fans, the officials for this varsity game are Keith Rath, Mark Behrens, James McEwen, Adam Roy, and Jeremy Crump.
away from getting this thing kicked off as the captains are now headed out toward midfield. One captain for each team. They've actually already flipped, I believe, over on the far side.
This
is
is
pure
ceremonial flip. And, of course, this is all different now. COVID-19, social distancing, you can only have one captain at the midfield. And for us, it's number 50, senior offensive lineman Gavin Billings. And for the Fairfield Trojans, number 11, Landon Schaefer, the senior wide receiver. And it is the Greyhounds who will be kicking to the Trojans.
Fairfield run the toss, I should say. They will receive, moving from right to left on your radio dial, which, of course, down here at Bracewell Stadium is from south to north. So they will be moving from right to left when Burlington kicks things off here, and they get the football to begin week 4 of the high school football season. Again, this season truncated just like the college seasons are going to be as well. This just a 7-game regular season schedule. Week 8, everybody makes the playoffs. So Burlington could go 0-7, or they could go 5-2. Either way, they're playing in week 8 against somebody.
You know, and again, we talked about that last week at the end of the Keokuk game. One of our leading offensive players from last year, Bryant Williams, has been sidelined with a foot injury. He is not dressed again tonight. Who's it to say that within the next couple weeks he doesn't get better, get back into the swing of things, and by the time they get into the playoff season, now things get rolling for us. This is really a great opportunity for the Greyhounds. No matter what happens through the season, they've got a chance to continually work to make improvements, and who knows what happens when you get to playoff season.
Brian Velasquez has it on the tee at the 40-yard line, and we are ready to go. Again, the Greyhounds moving from left to right. Thank you so much for joining us. Week 4 of the high school football season. This is going to be taken at the 18 of Fairfield, moving it up between the hash marks and falling forward toward the 35-yard line for Fairfield is number 8, Aiden Lyons. So Fairfield will start this drive, their first drive of the night, the first drive of the night, at their own 35.
Yeah, nice job by the Fairfield kickoff return team. They were able to move the ball and get a nice wedge in there before being knocked down by number 6, Ryan Bowman of the Greyhounds.
2 wide receivers either side, single setback to the left of the quarterback. Isaac Harris. Harris barking out signals, looking over the defense, gets it in the shotgun. He'll throw left on a quick screen through the hands of his intended receiver, Tate Allen. And more importantly for the Greyhounds, a missed opportunity as Kanye Baker had it go through his hands as well on the tip, and it falls incomplete.
A little bit of a surprise for him, Scott. He did a nice job of coverage. He wasn't ready for the ball to be thrown that high. He had a chance to pick that.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10 as the Greyhounds come out in a 4-3 set with 4 defensive backs. Fairfield will split one man to the left side in Lyons. He who returned the opening kickoff. They've got a tight trips triangle formation, say that 5 times fast, to the right side. Snap to the quarterback, and Harris will turn and give it to Klein, who tries to get it around the right side. He stood up 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage and spun down. It'll be 3rd down and 15.
And that's the games that I told you about that Coach Matt Seibolt's going to dial up for the Greyhound defense, sending Nolan Simpson, the quarterback linebacker, in to do his thing. So great play called by the defense.
So a nice defensive start for the Greyhounds as Fairfield has it 3rd and long on the opening possession of the game. They send 3 left, 1 right. Harris checks out. Now a bad snap, and all Harris can do is fall on it back at the 26. And a loss of 4. It'll make it 4th down and 19, and Fairfield goes backward on its first drive. They'll kick it away.
And this is got to be a great mental boost for the Greyhounds, Scott, because they've not had this in the first 2 weeks. Get a chance to get the ball early in the game, not down. Now can we catch the ball? That has been plaguing us for the last 5 years. Do we have somebody within the program who will get the ball in the air, even if it's a fair catch?
Tate Allen to kick it away, standing at his own 14 to Kanye Baker. Gets it away, end over end kick. Hits just on the Burlington side of midfield. Takes a Fairfield roll inside the 45 down to the 42 before it is downed by Max Wheaton. And that's where the Greyhounds will start their first drive of the night.
Yeah, hey, I know I called for catching the ball in the air, but never a shank like that. But here's what I would do. I would move that return man up until they kick it over your head.
That was a Carlton Martinez Hale kick. That was a Josh Osborne kick, as I recall.
Oh, yeah, get those.
Never pretty, but got enough yardage where it didn't look so bad in the statistics. So first down and 10 for the Greyhounds. I formation set behind the quarterback, and that's going to be a handoff right away to Ronald Sheard. And it threw me off because I was thinking Kanye Baker. That was Nolan Simpson under center. Turned to his right, gave it to Sheard, who hit the hole quickly and gained 7 up to the 49.
You know what? And got a little timeout on the field. Officials timeout.
That is Keith Rath, the man in the white hat, joined tonight by his umpire, Mark Behrens. A lot of you in the Burlington School District might know Mr. Behrens. We know him from baseball, does a lot of baseball games during the summer. His linesman is Jim McKean, line judge Adam Roy, and the back judge is Jeremy Kronk.
Tell you what happened in the second after this, Scott.
Second down and 3. Baker now in at quarterback, under center from the 49 of Burlington. Turns, hands it to Sheard again, this time off the left side. Gets out of a couple of ankle tackles into Fairfield territory. Brought down at the 46, but that's a Greyhound first down.
The rarest of calls, Scott. Illegal equipment.
Oh.
Nolan Simpson, a lot of the players around the nation, you see them on Saturday and Sundays tucking those knee pads up so they're almost shorts. The referee said that's not acceptable and you need to change that, so he sent them off.
I was too busy talking, so good cover, John. Simpson back under center on the third snap of the game. Again, he turns and hands it to Sheard. Sheard with 135-30. Got a bug in my throat, trying to outrun Allen into the end zone, but couldn't do it. Allen was the last man standing between Ronald Sheard and a big touchdown. Brings him down to the 25 after a gain of 21.
Veer option there, and I'm a little worried about Ronald. He was trying to give a Walter Payton stiff arm from behind. If he would have just kept running, I think he might have been able to get to the end zone.
So first down and 10 Greyhounds from the Trojan 25. I formation set once again behind Simpson. Sheard the up man. Baker the tail of the tandem, dots the I, whatever euphemism you want to use. Owen Baker in motion left to right. Simpson turns, fakes it to Sheard. He'll keep it around the right side himself, and he's going to be brought down at the 23 at the last moment. Looks like he wanted to get it to Baker, turning the corner as well, but just couldn't do it as he was well on his way down.
Excellent read by Nolan there, being able to pull that ball late. And then he had a thought to pitch just as he was getting wrapped up, but did a nice job of hanging on the ball for a good gain on first down.
Gain of 2. It'll be 2nd and 8 from just inside the 23. Once again, a tight formation. Sheard the fullback, Baker the tailback. Simpson turns, gives it to Baker, and he's hit behind the line of scrimmage back at the 25 by number 17, Peyton Klein. And the senior throws Baker down for a loss of 3. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Backside linebacker coming back from that, coming in through the backside A gap. Our offensive line's just got to do a much better job of stepping in and sealing off that backside pursuit.
Not a lot of 3rd and 10 plays in the playbook in this offense. We'll see what the Greyhounds can do. Get it a little closer for Velasquez, perhaps. From the right hash, Simpson turns, play action fake to Baker. Now he's flushed out of the pocket. Left side, he's going to try and turn the corner. Does. Gets the 20, 15, 10, 5, into the end zone. Touchdown, Greyhounds!
That's making a bad play into a good one. Nice job by Nolan. Had a lot of front side pressure, reverse directions, was able to get around the edge, and number 57 could not get a hold of him, and he was in for the score. Number 53, that's Cesar Castellanos, the junior, who could not catch Nolan. So we're on the board early. It's exciting.
Brian Velasquez going to try the extra point on the hold of Ryan Bowman. Travis Thompson, the snap is good, the hold is good, the kick is good. So with 7:51 remaining in quarter number 1 for the first time this year, the Greyhounds have a lead. It's Burlington 7, Fairfield nothing. Back in 1 minute on KBUR.
That point after attempt was good by Brian Velasquez. It was 7:51 to go in the first quarter. The Greyhounds lead 7-0.
Aiden Lyons and Tate Richardson back at their own 10 to receive the kick from Velasquez after the Burlington touchdown. And we're back underway as Velasquez boots it to his left. That'll be taken by Richardson. From the right hash, Richardson following the wedge across the 25-30. Stutter steps around a couple of Burlington tacklers to the 35, and once again, Fairfield will start this drive at the 35-yard line just as they did before. But what a nice start for the Greyhounds. Defensively, they push Fairfield back 9 yards, and then they get a 58-yard drive in 2 minutes and 37 seconds to lead 7-0.
Yeah, some self-inflicted wounds by the Trojans, no doubt, but our defense put a lot of pressure, and our offense was able to respond. And so now that should take some pressure off and allow our defense to pin their ears back a bit.
Call it the 36, first down and 10 as Fairfield sends a man in motion from right to left. He gets the ball, cuts it upfield left side, and brought down just across the 45-yard line is Aiden Lyons, a gain of 12 up to the 48.
Just a jet sweep, and it's a great concept. Get into that space. Kanye Baker on the tackle for the Greyhounds, or he could have gone a lot farther.
So a gain of 12, the first positive play of the night for Fairfield. Trying to respond to the Burlington touchdown. 7.5 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. Now kind of an offset eye, if you will, with the quarterback Harris in the pistol. Two tailbacks, one flanking, one behind him. He turns and gives it to Peyton Klein. Takes it between his center and right guard for a gain of 7 to the Greyhound 45.
Yep, and the Trojans have adjusted well. What they're doing is they're looking from where the stunt is coming from the middle, and Blake Myers that time was coming off the left side. They audible, trapped to the right side, and that was a nice pickup by the Trojans.
Angstead will go right for Fairfield. Lyons will come left. Once again, the offset eye as the quarterback is part of it. This time he turns and gives it to Peyton Klein. Klein is hit at the line of scrimmage. In fact, he lost one back to the 46. So it'll be third down and a long 4 to go for a first down. And the Greyhounds get a hold right here. Actually, call it 5. As they set it on the 47, Greyhounds get a stop here. With a 7-0 lead, you might see some confidence you haven't yet seen this year.
No, without a doubt, and nice dial-up again by Matt Siebold. Just a backside edge rush by Carlo Martinez-Hale. And just follows in the line of his brother, just being very physical and finding the ball, just having a knack for getting there.
2 left, 1 right. The short side of the field is the left side. Now he brings a man in motion left to right. Harris is going to pump fake. Now he's going to try and dump it on a middle screen, and it's knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. It was a forward pass, but Isaac Wixom got his big paw up in the air, knocked it down, and on 4th and 5, Fairfield will have to kick it away again.
And I'm going to tell you the other props goes to number 65 for the Greyhounds, Austin Jones. He was in that rush of guys with Wixom and Bailey and Zoo, but he felt he got away just a little bit too quickly, actually peeled back to find the receiver who they were trying to throw that screen to.
When he said Austin Jones, it made me think in my head, nice play, Mr. Jones. I expect you to die. Now here's a punt for Fairfield again, end over end, frontward roll. This time it's going to kick, really roll dead like a nice 9-iron on the green at either BGC Spirit Hollow or Flint Hills, and it just stops at the 22. That's where it hit. That's where it stops.
Interesting. Nobody back on defense for that punt return. They were trying a soft rush. I wouldn't say it was anything of an all-out blitz, but certainly something to put some pressure on the punter, because in the sophomore game or the preliminary game, they really struggled with getting that long snap to the punter.
So first down and 10 for the Greyhounds from their own 22, leading 7-0, 5:48 remaining here in the first quarter. I formation set for Simpson. Double play action fake. Now he's going to throw it deep down the right side. I wanted to say Drake Parks again. That's Blake Myers. Drake, it all sounds the same. Wanted Blake Myers at about the 45-yard line. Knocked incomplete by Fairfield. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Aiden Lyons on the coverage there for the Trojans. Did a nice job, really a good concept. I think maybe if you're not able to beat your guy, break that thing off, come back, and we get a better chance for a completion. Nice play call on first down. You've been running the ball inside, and to put the ball up really quickly as we now have.
I didn't see the penalty marker. There is a flag on the field, a 10-yard walk-off back to the 12.
Holding, obviously.
And it happened right at the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
It is a holding penalty, so it'll be 1st and 20. There was good pressure on that last play, too, from the backside of Nolan Simpson. Had to get rid of the football sooner than he wanted. Kanye Baker back under center. Now he gets the snap. He's going to take it around the left side. 20, 25, reverses field toward the hash. Dropped the football, but able to fall on it across the 30 at the 31, about a yard short of the first down. But the run, fumble, run, dive accounts for 19 yards.
Now, I know you're a karma guy, Scott, so I'm not going to go too far into it. But if you believe in good karma, to have the ball bounce right back up into your hands is a pretty good sign on the night tonight.
That's turf karma.
Well,
last week that ball just goes right in the middle of the ground.
It gets lost.
And it stays right there. This time it bounced right back up into Baker's breadbasket. 2nd and 1 from the 31, and Baker's just going to keep it, try and push the pile forward. Now he takes it around the left side. He kind of got lost behind the big uglies up front. Found his way around the corner, put it on the ground again, and I think Fairfield's got it. At least if their sideline is correct, it happened right in front of them, and the officials are ready to spot the ball and point toward nobody, which means Burlington keeps the football. It'll be a gain up to the 42, a gain of, I forgot where the line is. I want to say a gain of 10.
So Kanye, Scott, has really continued to impress me about how tough he is running the ball. I mean, he took a couple shots there, and one of them was the one that caused the fumble. But, man, really running well.
Back under center, 1st down and 10 at the 42. Again, Baker's going to keep it, going around the left side. Midfield, 45, 40. He's gone. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Greyhound!
Just a quarterback option off of the ISO play. Great job up front by the guys we've been talking about all season long. Opened a hole. Their cornerback overplayed it, and Kanye found the alley, and there's nobody catching. Probably nobody on that Fairfield squad is going to be able to have the foot speed that Kanye does.
58-yard touchdown run around the left side for Kanye Baker, and it's 13-0. Velasquez in to try his 2nd extra point here in the 1st quarter. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is good. 4.5 minutes remaining, 1st quarter. Burlington 14, Fairfield nothing. I'm excited. Finally, some success for the Greyhounds. Back in 1 minute on KBUR.
Extra point, and with 4:37 to go in the 1st, the Greyhounds lead 14-0.
Came back a little quicker than I thought there, John Flaherty. Are you a Seinfeld fan?
Yeah.
You ever seen the episode where Kramer goes out and gets the Merv Griffin
Oh, the set, yeah.
At commercial, what does he do? He sits there in his chair, doesn't talk to anybody, just eats an apple. So I had a bite of pizza, and then I hear the music. And I was like, it was barely down my gullet.
Hey, if you're listening to the radio right now, keep us tuned in, but you better get on YouTube and check that out because you are missing some really fun athleticism right now and something that hasn't happened in quite a while. Are we on?
We're on.
We're on the fan cam.
Hey, everybody.
So you guys see me
hey,
over
everybody.
here?
Hey.
Put it on the other camera. Put it on here in the office.
We can. It's frozen on us.
Let's go.
Yeah. Come on. The BC guys letting us down.
Technology.
Man.
But anyway, lots of good things happening for us. Got to be a way to keep the momentum going. Don't let off the gas here because you and I have talked about this quite a bit, that, you know, when it's been against us, people have not been kind. So let's just make sure we keep this thing rolling.
Yeah, 14 has to become 21 or 28 or whatever. Velasquez gets it back underway. Nice kick again, this time up the far hash. Again, taken and behind the wedge by Lyons, and Aiden Lyons up across the 30 once again to the 32. This time, Fairfield will start at the 32-yard line, and I apologize for that. That was the after effects of the drink that followed, and it kind of got – I tried to get through it, John, but sometimes you just got to burp
hard.
on the air.
Yes, Isaiah Perez-Hall and Jackson Carlson on the tackle for the Greyhounds there. What you're noticing now at 14-0, Scott, is now our kickoff team is moving a little faster down the field, trying to get a piece of the action here. So you're starting to feel that bubble of emotion and excitement.
Well, that time they got down there 9 feet faster as Fairfield starts at the 32. Carter will hit a quick hitter to his right side in the flat to Max Wheaton. And Wheaton up to the 45, or 35 rather, for a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Yep, Ronald Sheard playing that linebacker over there on the tackle for the Greyhounds. Did a nice job of wrapping him up before he could turn upfield. So you got to feel that Coach Siebold's probably going to dial up something here from the backside.
Lyons to the left, Richardson to the right. Right is the short side of the field. That is the east side of the field. Carter turns and hands it to his tailback, and that's going to be Peyton Klein. And Klein has yardage up to the 41, a gain of 6. It'll be 3rd and 1.
Wixom had to peel off and be able to tackle him before he could get to the first down marker. Big 3rd down. I know it's not going to be emotionally huge, but you kind of want to have a little pride and buckle up here and make them punt one more time.
3.5 minutes remaining, first quarter. Isaac Harris behind center. Gets it in the shotgun, turns and hands it to Klein. Klein's got some running room off the left side. Wanted to go between the right guard and right tackle, off tackle right. Instead popped it left and was able to get a first down up to the 46.
Travis Thompson is so mad. He was 3 yards into the backfield and he's got so much equipment on. He made a juke and Travis couldn't find a way to get back. Austin Jones had to come back and get the tackle for the Greyhounds.
Travis Thompson has done a ton of work in the offseason. Of course,
he has.
Hurt his knee last year and has come back, and as far as we can tell, 100% for his senior year. Here's a play action fake by Harris, and Isaac Harris going to roll right, throws back across his body. Wanted to go deep to Brody Angstead, but he came up a couple of yards short. And I got no idea who almost made the sliding interception. Looks like maybe Sheard was back there in coverage.
Sheard or Kobe, but what confuses me, Scott, is
the
why
fact
he
you
didn't
can't
take
read
off
the
and
numbers?
run. No, why didn't Isaac Harris just take off and run down the sideline? He would have had 12 yards before there was a Greyhound around him. So good for us, bad for the Trojans.
So the incompletion will make it 2nd down and 10 as he sends Angstead to the right once again and Lyons to the left. Ball resting between the hash marks. Now Tate Allen will go in motion left to right. Turns and he gives it to Klein. Klein will sweep it around the right side, plants his foot, turns upfield into Burlington territory to the 48-yard line, a gain of 6. It'll be 3rd down and a manageable 4.
Wixom and Carlson on the stop there for the Greyhounds. You know what? This is a feisty Fairfield team. I know they're 1-2 and we're 0-2, but they've got some fight in them, and they got some nice-looking kids up front.
So 3rd down and 4. Big play for the Greyhounds and the Trojans for that matter. 2 right, 2 left. 2-by-2 formation. Klein to the left of Harris. Harris, quick, tried to hit an inside screen, I believe is what they call that. Max Wheaton came from the outside, the far outside to the right side, ran parallel to the line of scrimmage, tried to get the screen pass from Harris, but it went through his hands incomplete. It'll be 4th and 4.
Yeah, and they're not going to punt. They've had some success running the ball here on this drive. They're going to spread some guys out, and my guess is they're going to probably motion some guy over and run off tackle here.
2 right, 1 left. Nobody in motion just yet. Now the officials blow it dead, and I think it's because Fairfield wanted to talk things over on the far side.
Oh.
So 2:18 remaining in the opening quarter. A timeout on the field. He wants 60. We'll take half that. 30-second timeout. 14-0 Greyhounds on KBUR and KBUR.com. putter sounds good with NFL Films music underneath them. And just as that's happening, the left guard for the Fairfield Trojans jumps, and illegal procedure will push it back 5 yards in favor of the Greyhounds, back into Fairfield territory to the 47, and I guess now at 4th and 9, coming out of a timeout. How disappointed are you as a coach when that happens and now you've got to kick it away?
You know, you work on different cadence counts to throw guys off so the defense can jump, and it just seems like it happens more to your team than it does to the other team. And Kyle Goodwin, the senior offensive tackle who goes 6'2", 260, was an easy spot on the jump.
Kicking it away is Tate Allen, and Allen has his punt this time go straight in the air, hit it about the 33 of Burlington, take a Fairfield roll to the 28. So a nice punt for the Fairfield sophomore running back / punter, and the Greyhounds take over first down and 10, 72 yards away from the goal line with 2:08 remaining in the opening quarter.
Very nice job by our defense to stay disciplined, not do anything tricky. I think Coach Siebold may have called them out of a stunt to try to remain still so they wouldn't try to jump that cadence. And so here's a chance again for us to get some points on the board.
Kanye Baker back under center, 1st and 10 from the 28, took it to the house from 58 yards away. Last time he touched the ball, this time he turns to his left, hands it on a quick hitter to Ronald Sheard off the left side, and he's got yardage up to the 34 and a gain of 6.
Just running that veer that had to be Max Sweeten on the tackle for the Trojans. And again, this is what Coach Krekel has been wanting to have with this offense. Put yourself in a second and really short, and now you can do some different things with this offense.
Well, we call them crooked numbers in baseball. We're starting to see chunk yardage for the Greyhound offenses. Another keeper by Kanye Baker in the patented two-hand shove from behind by Ronald Sheard. Move that pile forward, and he's going to be near a first down, and they're going to go ahead and point the direction of the Burlington goal line. A gain of 4. First down, move the chains, Burlington.
Modified scrum is what it is from rugby. Just go ahead and just push everybody around.
That was the funniest thing I saw 2 weeks ago. I've never seen somebody just blatantly walk up and push somebody forward. Here's Sheard again off the left side, this time being stood up in the hole and driven backward by Peyton Klein. And they're going to give him forward progress back to the line of scrimmage, but nothing more. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And this is where this offense needs to develop, that we've talked about in the 2 weeks. We've been shorthanded and getting ready, and they really have got to master this veer option. But now's the situation where you're 2nd and long, and you've got to find something you can do to stretch the field, either vertically on a run on a pass, or to be able to get on the edge here on a run.
Possibly the final play of the first quarter. Baker, a misdirection or just an outright blown assignment by somebody as he turned left. Nobody was there, and by the time he turned back to his right, somebody was there for Fairfield. Leading the way was Logan Adam, and dropped Baker back at the 35 for a loss of another few yards. It'll be 3rd down and 13, and that'll do it for the first quarter. We put 12 in the books, so we got 36 to go. Burlington has hit pay dirt twice, once on a 15-yard, make that 25-yard touchdown run by Nolan Simpson.
We're all playing the same game. We're all looking for redemption. Just to play the same game. So caught up now in pretending what we're singing is the truth. I'm just looking for a happy ending. All I'm looking for is you.
Well, the public address announcer down the way has adopted the Iowa tradition of playing wave on wave at the end of the first quarter, although we don't have a children's hospital to wave at. He played the music anyway, and here's Kanye Baker on 3rd down and 13. Rolling right, throwing back across his body and throwing an interception to Max Wheaton at the Greyhound 41, and now that's the mistake you didn't want to see. A careless mistake, in my opinion, in terms of what Kanye could have done right there. Tuck it and run, take the loss, punt it away.
Well, I think the part of that is not being a quarterback for so long and now being put in that position, because Ronald Sheard was wide open by 4 to 5 yards, and all he had to do was just to throw that out there and let Ronald do the rest of the work.
So 1st and 10 from the Greyhound 41 for Fairfield. One left, one right. Short side of the field is the left side. And the quarterback, Isaac Harris, just turns and hands it to Peyton Klein off the left side. Not much there as he's hit behind the line of scrimmage. Did well to get to the 40, a gain of 1.
Tate Allen cannot hang with Carlo Martinez-Hale. All he did was slide underneath the down block of Allen, and he tried to do all he could to get underneath him, but Carlo just too fast.
So 2nd and long yardage coming up for Fairfield. Again, a more balanced offense than Burlington to this point. So they may throw it right here. Harris is going to fake it to his tailback. Now roll right, being pursued, being chased. He gets rid of it just before he gets dropped and out of the hands of Tate Allen. It was a forward pass, so it falls incomplete, but pressure coming from a couple of different sides against Harris. I think leading the way was Alex Zhu.
Yeah, Alex Zhu had him right when he planted his foot and wanted to go upfield, and he got rid of it just in time. And that while it looked like a forward pass, you just never know what the officials are going to call. Pick it up and let the whistles blow.
So 3rd down and 9, ball resting just outside the Burlington 40-yard line. Greyhounds 14, Trojans nothing. The grounds have given Fairfield a short field on a Kanye Baker interception, his 2nd of the season. Harris barking out the signal, sends a man from right to left, then circles around him, wanted to come back to the near side, and now a flag going to be thrown, and they're actually going to call a timeout for the Greyhounds as they want to talk things over. The back judge threw his penalty marker. I don't know why he did that, but a rather atypical call of a timeout.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's just what the deal was. Now, this is a big down for us in the terms of not putting them in a position where they can go for it on 4th down. So that little circle motion that gets you back into some sort of thinking of right here.
I didn't even get to tell people what's going on around District 5. I guess I'll have to save that for later on. 3rd down and 9 from the 40. 2 left, 1 right. Short side of the field is the left side. Now Brody Angstead goes in motion right to left, then circles behind his quarterback, comes back near side. Harris drops back to pass, and he wanted Angstead, who kind of ran a circle route into the middle of the field between the hash marks, and he threw it short. And Angstead must have gotten hit pretty hard because he's still down on the turf.
Well, Kobe Wadlin came in and was actually sliding to try to get the ball because it was overthrown. And I think Kobe's knee slid into not Lyons, but Angstead's ribs. And so
that always feels good when you get hit either in the stomach or the ribs by a knee. Really good.
I would disagree, but I mean, that's what you go for. I mean, enjoy it, I guess. So
I can tell
I didn't
you,
even know where you were going with that.
I have only fallen on a football, let's say, one time and had the wind knocked out of me. That is the worst. Getting hit in the ribs and the solar plexus is there's one other place that hurts worse. We won't talk about that, but you know where I'm going with that. Those 2 other places, those hurt too. I don't even know where I was going with that either. 4th and 9 from the 40. Fairfield will go for it. 1 left, 1 right. Little offset I formation around Harris, who's in the shotgun.
I think they're going to go ahead and take this delay.
Play clock is at 7, now 5, and he's just standing there. I'm laughing because he's swinging his arms back and forth like he's in a wheelchair and he's moving himself forward. And then every so often he'd lean forward to go, snap it, trying to get somebody to jump.
Almost like a TikTok.
If my daughter starts doing that dance tomorrow on TikTok, we'll know where it came from. She does all the others.
But a really good job by the Fairfield Trojans. You know, you want to be able to get a chance to kick it and kick it well and to pin them deep instead of kicking something into the end zone.
Tate Allen to boot it away from his own 45, again off the inside of his foot this time, taking on the run at the 17, and I'm surprised they let Kanye Baker keep going because I would have sworn his knee was down, but it was not, as they give him the 20, rather, a 7-yard return off of kind of a botched return, but pretty good effort to get 7 out of it.
Hey, he went to go catch it in the air before it hit
Absolutely.
the ground, and I'll take that. Fumbled a little bit, and you're right, Scott. Up here, it looked like he put his knee down, but we get the start in a traditional place, the 20-yard line.
So Baker under center once again on this drive, 1st and 10 from his own 20. Baker's just going to tuck it and run off the left side. This time sniffed out pretty well by Fairfield. He gets 1 up to the 21.
Now, I've been praising the offensive line for what they've done on that play. That was not as clean as it should be. Cale Burchett missed a very crucial block which could have sprung Kanye. But you live to have another down. And, again, Kanye continues to prove how tough he is because that was quite a hit that Tate Allen put on Kanye.
So gain of 1 will bring up 2nd down and 9 from the 21-yard line. I formation set behind Baker. Baker gets the snap, looking right, throws right, turning the corner, left side is Cam Wilden. Kobe Wilden to the 25.
Should have been
was
down. Should have been down.
But the official's going to say, no, he wasn't. I would have sworn his knee was down at the 25.
Thought it was rolling.
The ball pops out and recovered by Fairfield at the 27. So turnovers on consecutive possessions for the Greyhounds. If it stands, now 3 officials on the far side are talking it out. If it stands, it'll be a gain to the 28. Or I should say, if it's reversed, it'll be a gain to the 28. If it stands, it'll be Fairfield football, and now they're going to point in the direction of the Greyhounds. So evidently, Kobe Wilden was down. Now they move it back to the 27. It'll be 3rd down and 3.
I think what happened is the side judge over there couldn't see and saw that the ball came loose. Couldn't see that Kobe was down, and I think the back judge had to let him know that he was indeed down on the ground before that ball came out.
And over on the far side, as you would expect, head coach Nate Wheaton is talking to the officials saying, you can't reverse a call. You can't do that. You can't reverse the call.
But
well,
you can.
Absolutely can, although no coach worth his salt is just going to let that go without some sort of comment. So 3rd down and 2, and Baker hit as he hands off. Man, he got lucky right there. Ronald Sheard got it up across the 30 for a 1st down, then had the ball come out again. There have been more balls put on the ground tonight than there were all last
2 weeks. Really, the last 2 weeks.
And last week you would have expected it to happen on natural grass that was wet.
But this is credit to Fairfield for they're somehow getting through and getting to the mesh point. But what a great job by Kanye and Ronald to be able to complete that mesh and get that handoff to get the 1st down. Now we got a little problem with the chains because they started moving the chains.
Well, Keith Roth, the white hat, is over there talking to Coach Wheaton, who I'm sure is fired up that A, he had 1 fumble taken away, B, that wasn't called a fumble, and now without measurement, the white hat signaled 1st down, and now Wheaton has convinced Rath, I should say, Keith Rath, to perhaps measure. That's what I'm gathering is now the chain crew will come in from the far side. He signaled it very quickly, and it was almost too close to do it that way.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I think this is something that you've got to take your time with. Now, this is a new crew again. Scott's told you, if you've been listening, that this is a new crew that's down here to Bracewell. And so everybody's kind of going to get you new crew. But obviously these eyes were good enough by half a football.
Obviously good enough to see that was a 1st down by the tip of the football.
Laser eyes. Yeah. Cataract surgery was successful.
So they will reset the chains on the far sideline in front of the Fairfield bench. It'll be first down for the Greyhounds from their own 30. 10 minutes even remaining here in the second quarter. Burlington 14, Fairfield nothing. Ryan Bowman in motion left to right. Again, Baker almost lost his footing. I have no idea how he stayed on his feet. Have no idea how he stayed on his feet a second time, but this is coming back. This will be a holding call on Burlington as there's a flag back at the 32. Now it's a chop block. That would have been a gain for Kanye Baker to the Fairfield 46. But it's all coming back because of a block too low by Burlington interior offensive lineman.
And Scott, I know you can see it, but the people who are listening can't. You see what they're doing now. They're running that split six like I told you, but since we don't effectively throw the ball, they're taking their 2 inside linebackers and they're going to say, okay, we're going to play games with what gap we're going to go in with the tackles. And so you're going to have to find a way to do it, and one way you do that is to cut block guys, and of course that is now an illegal block.
So it's a 10-yard walk-off back to the 20-yard line, and I'll tell you what, Baker either lost his footing or got undercut. I thought he was going to be dropped for about a 5-yard loss. Then he emerges from, again, the collection of big uglies, and then almost gets tackled by the shoestrings at the 40, stays on his feet after stumbling for a couple of yards, and would have gotten a gain of about 25 when it was all said and done.
Really did a nice job of accelerating. And I go back to the mesh point. With all of those bodies in there, that's when that ball gets knocked loose. Both Ronald and Kanye have done a great job in these last 3 plays of making sure.
First down and 20 from the 20. Owen Baker in motion left to right. Kanye Baker pitches it back to Kobe Wilden, who just pushes his way forward up the far hash mark to the 25 for a gain of 5.
And I would love to see that play go outside, Scott. I know that the play is designed to plant your feet and get inside, but I'd love to see, with so many guys coming into those inside gaps for us, to seal and get outside on the hash and the numbers and explode, see what we can do with our foot speed. But on the upside of this has been a great drive to take up time, which keeps our defense off the field, which was one of the keys that we've talked about in order for us to be successful tonight.
So far, over 4 plays, it's already chewed up 2 minutes on the clock, 8:45 and counting when this is snapped, and now a flag thrown by the back judge, and as I assume, that is a penalty called on Burlington for delay of game.
Yeah,
so
we've got
the 5 yards just gained. They've lost.
Yeah, we've got to do a better job of looking at the play clock. It's not like you have an extensive playbook to flip through to make sure you've got. I've seen the playbook. It's not that deep, you know. And we're getting better. And I'm not trying to say anything negative,
this way,
but
run that way.
you got to get the play in a little quicker.
So second down and 20, back at the 20. I formation behind Baker. Baker turns, gives it to Sheard off the left side, and Ronald Sheard dropped at the line of scrimmage. And actually lost a yard back to the 19, so it'll be 3rd and 21.
Yeah, the crowd is calling for some of the things that we've talked about, trying to diversify the offense, because, Scott, there is not a third and forever play in anybody's playbook, but especially within this one.
If people are expecting something different, they have not been watching the first 2 weeks.
No.
Or listening, which makes me even angrier. 3rd and 22 from the 18. Give to the up man once again, Sheard, and again dropped for a loss of 1 back to the 17. It'll be 4th and 23, and the Grounds will kick it away.
Yeah, and you know, it was a safe play, and we're going to kick it away, and our defense has been playing well. So now it's a chance that we've got to really turn the field and push them back a little bit farther, because we are going to probably give them the ball somewhere around the 40, if not closer to the end zone. All depends what Carlo can do here.
Aiden Lyons back at the Greyhound 47 to receive the punt from CMH, who's at his own 3. Snap is good. CMH steps into it. Oh, nice kick.
It's what we
Going to be taken at the Fairfield 45. Midfield. Trying to reverse course was Lyons, and he lost his footing on the purple stripe at midfield. Now a Greyhound down at the Fairfield 45. Somebody clutching their leg, it would appear. And I don't even think that was a contact injury.
That was a stop.
Non-contact.
And if you've not seen the second-year jerseys of the Greyhounds, they are black on purple outlined in white. And so they're pretty hard. And, of course, not seeing who it is and not seeing the number completely, we don't want to give that out right now. But I agree with you. He was bracing himself to try to make the play and just buckled. And I know you might have heard some of the crowd noise that it was a block in the back. The Fairfield blocker was just trying to get to a point where he could, and then whoever this is who's on the ground, they just kind of locked up. Now any injury to this Greyhound team is devastating because they need to have depth.
Well, whoever it is has an elbow wrap, and my hope it's not who I think it could be. I'm certainly hopeful it's not. Let's step away we'll take a 1-minute break. When we come back, we'll resume 14-0 Greyhounds on KBUR and KBUR.com. Back here at Merrill A. Miller Senior Family Field inside of Bracewell Stadium, and we are still awaiting an opportunity to see the number on the fallen Greyhound who remains on the ground at the 45-yard line of Fairfield. It does give us an opportunity, however, to tell you what else is going on around District 5 in Class 3A. Keokuk, of course, winners over Burlington last week 20-3, is on the road tonight at Fort Madison. Probably the game of the year thus far in District 5. Not probably, it is. Washington is on the road at Mount Pleasant tonight. Both teams winners last week in their district openers. They are playing at Maple Leaf Stadium in Mount Pleasant tonight.
So we do get confirmation. It is number 52, senior offensive lineman, Cale Burchett, somewhat moving under his own power. Definitely a left leg. We're not sure if it's knee or ankle, but he seems to be getting better or moving better as he makes his way to the sideline. Now, Cale has done a fantastic job, along with most of these offensive linemen, of spending time in the weight room in the offseason and trying to do some running. I know that when we've been together, we've talked about flexibility and, injury prevention stuff. So in the game of football, you're going to get these kind of knocks and dings. We just hope that it's not anything so serious that he can't continue at least at some time.
So hopefully Burchett and the Greyhounds have dodged a bullet, if you will. Fairfield will start this drive at midfield. First down and 10. Here's a sweep, jet sweep, although an unorthodox jet sweep in terms of handing it behind the quarterback. That was Aiden Lyons trying to go around the left side. He's got 2 to the Greyhound 48.
Nolan did a nice job of just stepping in there. And I got to tell you, both teams are physical for having what you would call depleted rosters because you're not in the 40s and 50s. There's no fear of contact with either side. And so I give, again, that goes to who the players are and how they're coached. It was a great collision by both the running back and Nolan. 3
right, 1 left. Short side of the field is the left side. Motion man from right to left, and Fairfield puts it on the ground as there was a bad exchange between Harris and Klein, and the Greyhounds have recovered at the 49-yard line. Johnny on the spot for Burlington, it would appear, is Alex Zhu.
He's just a magnet for the football, Scott, either as a fullback or a defensive end. It's amazing. Tried to go jet sweep again, and then roll back in a 360 pivot counter, a lot like single wing football, a.k.a. Sigourney Kyoto with their spinner back,
yeah.
and it just didn't work out.
Sometimes when you try and get too fancy, it just leads to mistakes.
And guess what? There you go. Greyhounds
Personnel
call
issues.
timeout because they forgot that Cale Burchett was out and Owen Fawcett needed to remember to go back in there. He's patting himself going, yeah, that was my fault.
Oh, Owen. Well, we'll make him run some polls next summer just for that mistake. Well, of course, remaining on the Greyhound schedule this year after tonight is the home finale next week, believe it or not.
So
Fort
long.
Madison, and I believe, are the rumors correct? Is that homecoming?
Hoco, yeah.
Hoco.
We don't even say it now. We're so into
Sorry.
the technology world,
So-
we can't say homecoming. We got to go Hoco.
And you cannot ask your date to Hoco without some wild
It has to be a-
Facebook or Twitter worthy grand proposal.
It almost has to be Oscar-winning proposal.
All I know, you want to know, as a 48-year-old man, you want to know what's played? Taking candy bars and sticking them to signs. No disrespect to anybody who's done that, but we need some more creativity. There are too many of those. I want to make this 100 grand gesture. Don't Snickers when I do this. When I ask you, please don't get all butterfingered. You know, stuff like that. I'll make your night like taking you to the Milky Way. You know. We won't ask anybody else because they'd be a third musketeer. You know, you want me to go on?
No, can I, if we're going to go all the way back, if you're going to do all this stuff, the one great story that I've told almost all my football players that I've ever coached.
By the
and
way, a
even to my
penalty on the
class,
Greyhounds, illegal procedure.
They'll get back to it. It's not exciting right now.
Yeah.
Is that there's a girl that I did just blatantly ask to homecoming
Yeah.
because she moved in from out of town.
Yeah.
I
She
forgot
didn't know
her
you.
name.
Oh.
Her name was Cindy. I kept calling her Nancy through the week.
Ouch.
And we were at homecoming powder puff, and I kept yelling her name, and her friends were like, "Who are you talking to?" And I said, "My girlfriend." Needless to say, I was alone on homecoming night.
Ouch. Well, that's all right. That's the way your coach wanted it, didn't he? Here's Kanye Baker dropping back the pass. He's going to be hit and dropped back near the 35-yard line. I think he's probably going to be given the 37.
Yeah, first wrinkle here as we get back to the action of football. That's just it's a bootleg off of their power play, and we've got to do a better job with our fullback and our I-back, making sure you can block backside, because Kanye didn't even have a chance to set his feet to even attempt to throw to a wide open Alex Fawcett.
That was a terrible spot. They gave Fairfield an extra couple of yards. Kanye was hit at
Well,
the
they felt
37.
bad about the fumble issues.
37, that's his forward progress, and driven backward to the 35. A loss of 9. Now almost another fumble on the exchange
sir.
between Baker and Wild. No, make that Eddie Luckett into the ball game, and now there's going to be a personal foul. I would assume face mask penalty on
no.
Fairfield.
Scott, you missed that. It is Kyle Goodwin on the horse collar.
Oh.
Reached back behind and pulled Eddie down.
Okay. Oh, no, they're
Well, he
calling
did-
it.
well,
They're
he
calling it
pulled-
face mask.
Well, he pulled on his face, and then he did his collar.
Well, hold
So
on.
it's
I'm
a-
going to give him
it's
the
a
credit.
face collar.
I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt that his mic is on his
falling
left
out.
ear. And so
Okay.
he was grabbing at his mic on the left side, but it looked like he was getting ready to do the horse collar signal, but now he's giving face mask.
So I'm still going to say face collar because he did a little bit of both.
Horse mask?
Yeah.
That's a horse mask penalty.
Hey, this is part of the keys that we did talk about pregame. Getting these kind of breaks to keep yourself in front of the chains.
That's a
It should
second
be
down.
first and 10.
Yeah, I was going to
'cause
say,
it's
that's automatic
personal.
first down, correct?
It is a personal foul.
So they
I would
wind
hope
the clock.
somebody on the coaching staff would make that aware to the officiating crew.
Second and 10 officially from the Greyhound 49. Luckett with the carry out the left side, hit and driven backward, a loss of 1. That's got to be now second down and 11 upcoming, I would guess.
Something's wrong with Kanye as well. You can see he's grabbing onto his right side like he's got a hip pointer or something like that. Just we're not getting to the mesh point the way we're
How
supposed
is
to.
nobody picking that up, that it should be second down? That was an automatic first down because of a personal foul. Unless we're mistaken. But you've been on the sidelines.
I'm saying that's a personal foul, and at a 15-yard, that gave you a first down.
In fact, I even saw
The mark for first
the
down.
referee signal first down. Now Jim Kruckle wants to talk things over on the near side, so the Grounds take a timeout. We'll take one, too. 4:43 remaining here in the second quarter. Things have back here at Bracewell Stadium, where the Grounds come out of the timeout and try and go deep down the far side. Blake Myers was the intended target, but Kanye overshot him by about 5 yards. It'll be 4th and 10.
Nice throw. I went over to the press box, coach's side, and I'm not understanding why it's not third down, because it was a personal foul, face mask, 15 yards. And if they're marking it from where it was, it couldn't have been a first. I mean, it was still 1st and 10. Very confusing.
So Carlo Martinez-Hale in to kick it away. Going to hit it to Fairfield 19. Take a Burlington roll, picked up by Myers at 8, across the 10, 15, 20. And brought down at about the 26 is Aiden. Did I say Myers? Should be Aiden Lyons.
Yeah, Blake Myers with the tackle for the Greyhounds there. Very strange mechanics.
So personal fouls are automatic first downs?
Yeah, because they're 15-yard penalties.
Well, it was 2nd and 25. It was before the penalty. So personal fouls are not automatic.
No,
first
I
downs.
thought.
All right. No, it was 2nd and 25.
Okay. I thought
So
it was.
you led me astray, John.
I led myself astray because I thought it was 1st and 10.
Because every time I make a mistake, you correct me because you're the football guru.
But you corrected me because I didn't know down and distance.
2nd and 25. Get your head in the game. Here's a turn by Harris and gives it to Klein off the left side, and big running room for Peyton Klein up across the 40 to the 43-yard line. Big gainer on first down will move the chains as Fairfield has it with 4:18 remaining before halftime, trailing 14-0, and they will get the football to start. Or no, they won't. Burlington will get the ball to start the second half. So big opportunity right now for the Greyhounds.
We're fumbling around here on this senior night ourselves. So
because you're a senior and I'm almost a senior. Here's a give to Klein again. Wanted to go right, turn it back left, and he gets it inside, or across the 45 rather, and dives forward to the 48 for a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5.
We've got to find a way. I know Coach Siebold's kind of stayed in base here. Looks like he might be dialing up some sort of pressure from inside. I know on that big run early on in the series, it was just an isolation, and Nolan was just kind of left by himself, and the fullback came in and did a nice job of cleaning him out.
Trips to the left side for Fairfield. One receiver to the right side in Wheaton. Harris flushed out of the pocket. Jump pass over the middle. Reminiscent of some old-timey football. Sid Luckman doing a jump pass. Wanted Brody Angstead between the hash marks. Falls incomplete as it went over Angstead's head. Do you think anybody gets that Sid Luckman reference?
I do, clearly.
Well, I didn't ask if you did. I asked if anybody else did.
There's somebody older than me probably listening to. Great pressure up front by Tyler Bailey, Isaac Wixom, Alex Zhu, and Austin Jones. I think he had to jump because those guys are a little bit taller than he is.
So 3rd down and 5 from the Fairfield 48-yard line. Harris turns and gives it to Klein off the left side. He's got running room, 45-40, and tripped up inside the 40 at the 37. Probably saved the grounds about 10 yards, I think. By the way he's walking, that's Kanye on the far side.
Touchdown saving tackle. For sure. Peyton has done a very nice job of finding some of those lanes and jump cutting and getting himself into open space. That really has been the really only play is that little zone read cutback on the inside.
It's a first down and 10 from the Greyhound 36. Here's Klein once again. This time tried to bully his way between the guards, and nothing was there as the interior of the defensive line for the Greyhounds got penetration and dropped Peyton Klein back at the 38-yard line for a loss of 3.
Austin Jones supplying the pressure along with Isaac Wixom being able to put the stop to the Trojans there.
Nice play, Austin Jones. No, I don't want you to fight. I want you to die. Raiders of the Lost Ark. Second and 12 from the 38-yard line. Once again, Peyton Klein off the left side. Got those two back and some more as he gets inside the 35 and spun down at the 33. It'll be third down and about 6 remaining for the Trojans with 2:15 and counting remaining here in the first half.
And we are going to have a dead ball foul. I'm not sure who it is, but if you can't control your tongue because there was no Trojan around there, unfortunately, it's going to be against.
Personal foul on Burlington. Okay.
Right now, there were 2 players that were in and around the back judge, and they were definitely looking at him, and that's when the flag came out of his pocket. And I know you got to have thick skin if you're an official because nobody likes the calls you make anyway. I'm surprised that if it is what I think it is, it should have been an unsportsmanlike conduct.
Either way, it's a 15-yard walk-off inside the 20. Gary Dolphin would say, by the way, you're going to get to hear Gary Dolphin at the end of October. Gary Dolphin would say Fairfield inside the Case IH red zone, but they're not a sponsor, so we won't say it here. Harris back to pass, lofts it into the end zone, had a man, good coverage, but now there's going to be a penalty flag as I think that was Wheaton on the far side that he wanted. I cannot even begin to tell you. I'm going to assume it's Kanye. In coverage is going to be called for pass interference.
Now, here comes the other discussion because really all we saw from up here is Kanye sticking his hand up, which you can do. Face masking is okay, but the side judge over there has his hat off, or it's the umpire. The umpire, I'm not sure why his hat
pass
came off.
interference, Burlington. If his hat, well, he lost his hat in the middle of the field, so I don't think it has anything to do with somebody leaving the field on their own.
Because of legal touching. I thought maybe he was on that side and it was legal touch.
So that'll be a half the distance to the goal on the grounds. That'll take it down to the 9. It'll be first down and goal with an even 2 minutes remaining here before halftime.
Well, we've got our work cut out for us here. They're going to go inside with that little run. You know, that's been their bread and butter. And all we can hope for.
And they also called dead ball unsportsmanlike. But he didn't point in which direction. And
that would have been a double foul because one would have happened during the play, and the dead ball would have happened after the play.
So the side judge must have thrown both penalty markers, the second one being his hat.
Thank you.
So the second penalty was a dead ball unsportsmanlike on Burlington, which pushes the ball farther down the field to the Burlington 4. So right now, composure, not exactly a strong suit for the Burlington Greyhounds.
Some of the stuff that was last year, too, that the Greyhounds had some problems with.
So look for a pass here, I would guess, to Max. We actually probably going to be a give to Peyton Klein to start with. But Max Wheaton is on the right side, paired up against somebody that he's got, looks like Owen Baker, who he's got a head tall advantage on. So Isaac Harris barking out the signals. Going to throw. He is going to loft it into the end zone. And he's got a touchdown just as I thought he might to Wheaton. A 4-yard pitch and catch from Harris to Wheaton, and it's 14-6.
Yeah, unfortunately just overthrew the D-back. And that's the name of the game anymore in football. Get your matchups, throw the fade in the corner, have a little jump ball. Greyhounds kind of hurt themselves, Scott, on this drive, no doubt, with some of these unnecessary penalties. And so we've got to find a way to get that thing neatened up in the halftime.
So the $1:48 remaining in the first half. Fairfield going to go for two and try and cut it to 14-8. This time Wheaton will go split to the left side. I'm going to say a quick slant to Wheaton. Harris from the shotgun. Wheaton split to the left side of the formation. 3 split to the right. No, they're going to turn and give it to Peyton Klein, who walks into the end zone untouched, and it's 14-8. Let's step away for 1 minute. Burlington 14, Fairfield 8. You're listening to Greyhound Football on KBUR.
Well, fans, just a reminder, in an effort to stop the spread of COVID-19, we ask that you follow social distancing guidelines. Remain 6 feet apart from other spectators outside your immediate household. We also ask that you please wear your mask when social distancing is not possible.
14-8 your scores. Fairfield has just taken it in, 50 yards on the drive. And a 4-yard touchdown pass from Isaac Harris to Max Wheaton. And a 2-point conversion run by Peyton Klein has cut the lead for the Greyhounds in half with 1:48 remaining in the second quarter. Now a squib kick. And it's going to be taken by one of the upmen for the Greyhounds. Goes off a chest, picked up by Ronald Sheard at the 19. And Sheard able to get across the 25 to the 26. And now another flag going to be thrown. Now another flag going to be thrown. One thrown by the white hat behind the play and one thrown by the line judge on the far side of the field. Personal foul on Fairfield.
It's been a little bit chippy with a lot of somersault hip throws, suplexes, falling down to the ground, throwing guys on, especially on these special teams play, and this is what we need, and we need to finish the half moving forward with composure and success offensively.
I saw what I thought were a couple of questionable gyrations because Fairfield thought there was a fumble, but maybe I was just seeing things. So move it forward 15 yards, 1:42 remaining before halftime. We'll see what the Greyhounds try and do. 102 ticks remaining, leading by 6. Baker going to turn and rolling right, wants to throw. Now he's going to tuck it and run, gets the corner, 45. Run out of bounds just short of midfield at the 48. That was darn near another late hit, personal foul.
Yeah, that's Brad Smithberg flying in at the end of the play there to make sure that Kanye was out of bounds. Real close.
Does that date me when I say darn near?
Darn near, darn tootin'.
That was darn near another personal foul on Fairfield.
The key here now for us is get the first down and keep the clock rolling. We've had some slip-ups here, and we just we need to get ourselves back under control.
1.5 remaining before halftime. I formation behind Baker. Baker, play action fake, going to roll left. Now he's looking. Now he just throws it out of bounds. He's outside the pocket.
Outside the box.
But it didn't get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, you're right.
So it's going to be an illegal intentional grounding.
Good idea. I mean, again, this is the inexperience at your quarterback spot, and it's a loss of down.
He was back at the 40. If he was going to try and do that, he has to throw it the 8 yards up to the line of scrimmage at the 48, and he just kind of threw it out of bounds straight into the sidelines. And that's a spot foul and a loss of down.
Right.
So that's going to take it from the 48-yard line after the walk-off back to the 36. So it'll be 3rd down and 14 with 1:25 remaining.
And how many timeouts does Fairfield have? Because I don't have my eyes on the scoreboard.
They're showing the play. I'm going to say 1. Each team has 1 remaining.
Well, I would take my time running this play and getting back to the huddle to make sure they don't have any time left and make them use their timeout.
Baker turns and hands it to Sheard off the right side. Ronald Sheard still on his feet, bounces it outside near sideline, gets up to the 44. Going to be about 6 yards short of the first down. They'll keep the clock running. And I think, though, Coach Wheaton on the far side stopped the clock for the final time for Fairfield. So with 1:15 remaining, the Grands will have to kick it away or go for it on 4th and 6 from their own 44, which I don't think there's any way in heck you do that.
You're kicking this away. You're going to make them go as far as they can here. But, Scott, on that play right there on that tackle, that's the kind of stuff that I think gets chippy, that little kind of throwing the guys around, almost middle school-esque, you know, instead of just wrapping your feet and running. And I think that's what gets players a little heated here. So, big, important kick here. Make sure we get it protected and make sure you cover.
So 4th and 6, Carlo Martinez-Hale will drop back between the 30 and 35 to kick it away to Aiden Lyons, who will drop back himself to the Fairfield 25-yard line. 75 seconds remaining. The Greyhounds only able to run off 17 seconds on those 3 plays. Low snap picked up by CMH. Low line drive kick going to hit at the 28. Take a Greyhound roll inside the 20.
Let it pound.
And finally roll dead to the 16-yard line. So with 1:04 remaining, and now another flag. I have no idea. I'm not seeing.
And these are being
2
thrown.
flags. 3 flags.
These are being thrown. This goes back to, a couple of years ago where flags were being thrown from like 35 yards away. I think I was up in Cedar Rapids.
1 was thrown by the umpire, 1 by the white hat, and 1 by the official on the near sideline. Right now the ball rests at the 16. Rest assured, it will move. Personal foul, Fairfield. Personal foul, Burlington. Offsetting, we'll keep it at the 16. Or if it was post-play, it'll stay where it is, but they should go back and redo it.
But there was no dead ball.
No. But now they're like, well, the chains have already moved. We'll just play it there. I can tell you it was at the 44. If that makes a difference. Mechanics be darned. I can't say the real word that would go with that. So 1st down and 10, Fairfield from its own 16-yard line. Isaac Harris barking out signals, gets the snap, looks left, throws left, quick slant. Missed his man, almost picked off. He wanted Tate Allen on the quick slant, almost picked off by Kanye Baker. Well, that would have been a huge turnover in plus territory, deep in plus territory.
Yeah, with
Get
time
a
to
score
go.
Going into halftime and coming out.
And with as good as Brian's been kicking, if things stalled right there, you got a chance to burn out your last time out.
Trips to the left side for Fairfield, 1 minute even remaining. Harris, pump fake, now throws left on a screen pass to one of his ooh. And you heard the ooh, a nice hit between the numbers. Last year it would have been by Mason Fort. Tonight it's by Nolan Simpson, number 15, at the 23-yard line.
That's how you tackle.
Brody Angstead on the receiving end of that particular shoulder shot.
And it wasn't, you know what, if you're listening, it wasn't cheap. It wasn't dirty. It was good, sound, fundamental, full-speed football.
So make that 3rd down now and a long 3 as the clock is stopped at 48 for an official's timeout, I believe, to evaluate Angstead and make sure he was okay because he just left the field. And now the Fairfield coaching staff wants to talk to the man. Somewhere, I think the officials have lost some sort of control of this despite wanting to try and maintain control by throwing a lot of flags. Now there's a flag. It's going to be an unsportsmanlike on the head coach for Fairfield.
No.
And
no.
that flag
Total.
was thrown, as Eric
Total.
Hartman would say, with authority, but it was thrown with such authority that he pointed the wrong direction and said unsportsmanlike on Burlington.
He almost was like throwing a grenade. He was like,
well, I would guess there was some sort of comment in the area of you guys have better game control?
Well, I think there was a complaint that was a spear or a target, which there isn't a targeting rule in high school. You can spear, but you can't target.
So 3rd down and about 13. Harris going to throw again. This time he does throw the pick. Baker from the 22, 20, 15, 10. Sidesteps. That was Peyton Klein. He sidestepped for another couple extra yards down to the 6.
Huge.
And so the Greyhounds will have it 1st and goal with a half a minute remaining. Just an ill-advised throw that time by Isaac Harris.
But Scott, and I know I've said it for years, and I know that people sometimes have picked on me because I'm like the nice guy, but keeping composure and staying focused on the game, I think has helped us. We've gotten it back.
There was a penalty on that play.
It's a typical football one.
What was it?
It was holding.
No personal foul.
Holding on the return.
So that'll push the Greyhounds back outside the 15.
What I'm saying is, it gets your players, if you get yourself to an emotional froth that you can't focus in on the game, your players can't focus in on the game. And I think that's what Coach Krecklin has always been able to do. He's been able to voice his opinion but stay in control. Great opportunity for more points before half.
So 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line. 37 seconds left and a timeout in Krekel's pocket. Here's a give to Sheard. Wanted to go off tackle left side, tried to get around the corner, couldn't do it, and he's dropped for a loss of 1. Make that a loss of 3, rather. It was at the 19, now it's at the 22. Clock continues to run at 23, 22, 21. Now the official lost his footing, and that was unfortunately Mr. Behrens. There are some kids who may give him some flack about that at school.
All I can think of now is Kevin James's movie.
Which what?
The wrestling movie where he becomes an MMA wrestler.
Oh, really? I've not seen it.
And they caught him on YouTube throwing up on his opponent. Now I think these guys could take some of the YouTube and say, Mr. Behrens.
Behrens is probably going to scold me for saying his name. But he's the umpire. He's the one that's in the middle of the action.
He's part of the crew. He's a public figure.
And I get to bust his chops a little bit. I didn't get to see him this summer at all. So 3rd down and 13. Baker on the inside. Give the quick hitter to Sheard. Nothing there.
Timeout.
Now they're going to call timeout. As John said, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. And Nolan Simpson goes back down on the ground. We'll see how quickly he gets up now that the play has been stopped.
He's a little bit like Earl Campbell. Slow to go down, slow to get up.
But also wise enough to know that if he lies down, maybe the clock will stop because he's hurt. Now he's going to play it up. He's going to limp off. And as soon as he sits down, he's going to go, man, I snowed those officials. Although he didn't because
they still called the timeout.
Grant still had to burn the timeout. 2 seconds remaining, so Velasquez will come in, we assume, for about a 37-yard attempt from between the hashes to try and make this a 17-8 score going into halftime.
Scott, this is, in terms of the officiating, has never played this much of a role in a portion of the game, I think, in the whole time that we've been together. Just very weird stuff.
Well, for two teams who have run the football a lot, this has been an extremely long first half. So Velasquez will come in. He'll set his tee down at about the 26.5. So we'll call it a 37-yard attempt right down the middle, right between the hashes. Again, we'll set it. Thompson with the snap, Bowman with the hold. Snap is high.
Oh, my
goes over the head of Bowman, and Velasquez just falls on it back at the 43 in a rather inauspicious end to the first half, especially considering how it started with the Greyhounds scoring the first two times. They had the football on a 25-yard touchdown run by Nolan Simpson and a 58-yard touchdown run by Kanye Baker for Fort Madison. That's next week. Fairfield cut into that lead, though, and made it 14-8 when a touchdown pass from Isaac Harris of 4 yards to Max Wheaton, and a 2-point conversion by Peyton Klein made it 14-8. We're going to step away for about 5 minutes. When we come back, after Donnie's gotten y'all caught up on news, sports, weather, whatever's best in the world outside Bracewell Stadium, we'll recap the first half, get you ready for the second half. You're listening to Greyhound Football on KBOR.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, the Marching Greyhounds present a musical potpourri. The band will begin with one of Broadway's longest-running hits, The Phantom of the Opera. Next up is I'll Be There by the Jackson 5, followed by the 1977 hit Come Sail With Me by Styx. The band will conclude tonight's performance with Bohemian Rhapsody and We Are the Champions. The band is directed on the field by drum major Casey Pepper. Casey, is the band ready? Band, take the field. our marching Greyhounds. Here are the first half statistics for Fairfield. 16 rushes for 71 yards. 13 pass attempts, 3 completions, 1 interception for 14 yards passing. Total first half offense for Fairfield, 85 yards. For your Greyhounds, 24 rushes for 163 yards. 4 pass attempts, 1 completion, 1 interception for 6 yards passing. Total first half Greyhound offense, 169 yards.
Sometimes somewhere that is now allowing Fairfield to kick off from the Burlington 45. I'm more excited about the Hawkeyes are coming back sometime in mid part of October, it sounds like.
I'm stuck as to maybe they didn't come out in time. But that would only have been a 5-yard walk-off.
Do they have a clock up in the new locker room up on top of the hill?
Yes, they have many clocks.
No, but a clock that's tied into the game time so you can see how much time is left.
No.
We're back underway. A squib kick now as it, again, is kicked from the 45 of Burlington and gently rolls into the end zone. Kanye Baker almost got bitten by that karma bug we talked about earlier, as I didn't know that ball was going to make it to the end zone or not.
So here we go. We get to start on our own 20 here. It's always interesting in this portion of the game to see what kind of adjustments both teams have made as we get set here for the second half. Are we going to look to dial up some misdirection as we've talked about pretty much all first half? Are we going to try to find a different way to get to the edge? Or are we going to continue to work on our passing game?
First play of the third quarter, Baker under center turns and fakes it to Sheard. He'll keep it. Follows Sheard into the hole, and he's got 4 up to the 24. It'll be 2nd and 6, and that's a nice gain on the first play out of the halftime locker room.
Yep, we just need to continue on that pace. You know, we've always said as coaches, you get 4 plays or 3 plays at 4 yards, and you know what that means.
12 yards. Yeah.
So Anthony Morrison checks in for Cale Burchett at this left tackle.
I formation set. Baker fakes it to Sheard again and just splits the difference between center and left guard and gets across the 30 to the 31, and he got 11 in 2 plays instead of 12 and 3. That's a first down.
Yep, nice job. And the initial adjustment that I'm seeing right here on the part of the Greyhounds in the offensive line is that they've widened their splits even more. Kind of being at a 1-1-1, they're now more at a 1-2-3, which creates lanes naturally.
Baker going to keep it again. This time he tries to go for the corner, has to turn it back inside a little short of the outside, but he's got a nice 5-yard gainer up to the 36. Kanye Baker, 3 carries for 16 yards so far. So it'll be 2nd and 5. First drive of the second half. Greyhounds lead 14-8. Offense has gone scoreless and scoring on its first 2 possessions in the first quarter. Fairfield scored late in the second quarter to cut the lead to 6. Baker, again, just going to turn, fake a handoff, then try and go up the middle, but this time kind of Mark Sanchez it a little bit, ran up the backside of his center and fell.
Well, I think there's a miscommunication on what the play was, and Kanye comes up punching his helmet like, man, that was a dumb play. I think that play was designed to go to the right edge. And he got confused in some of the action and tried to turn back inside. So this is where we cannot be if we want to be successful at this 3rd and long.
3rd and long, 6. Ball resting just outside the 35 of the Greyhounds. Baker wants to throw. He's going to throw right. Had Sheard, but overthrew him. Now a late flag. Going to be a late hit on the pass thrower,
Logan Adam.
Baker.
Logan Adam roughing the passer, and all he did, Scott, all he did was take his hands, put on, and have a little bit of a shove.
Well, I got distracted because then I saw a scrum. I didn't realize that the ball had rolled back to about the 30.
Over there, yeah.
And there were 2 Trojans and a Greyhound rolling on the ground. I didn't realize they were fighting over the ball. I thought it was just another scrum on the far side. So then I couldn't spit out the words quarterback. I said ball thrower.
Which is still not false.
Inaccurate.
Right. It's just a new terminology.
So quarterback is just short for ball thrower. So the quarterback, the ball thrower, continues to be Baker at midfield. First down and 10 Greyhounds. Baker turns, fakes to Sheard, then follows Sheard into the hole for about 2 to the 48 of Fairfield, where he's dropped by about 4 white shirts.
This is where our players need to just play. A couple of our players are going up to the side judges and the back judge, and they're like, hey, whatever they're saying, and they got their arms in a flailing motion. Just block,
but
run,
again,
tackle.
This is what you see on Saturdays and Sundays.
I don't care.
But I'm saying this is what these kids see.
You can do
every
that.
call is challenged at every level in every sport. Baker turns and gives it to Kobe, and Kobe off the right side up to the 42-yard line. A gain of 7 for Wilden, and it'll be third down and short.
Very nice play. Nice little misdirection there. And Kobe does really nice job, and really a touchdown-saving tackle by Tate Allen.
So 3rd down and 2 coming up from just inside the 42. Kobe Wilden dots the I behind Sheard, behind Baker. I formation set, your typical I formation. Baker can follow Sheard into the hole, off tackle right. They got hit behind the line of scrimmage led by Bradley Smithberg. And it'll be a loss of about a half yard, so it'll be 4th down and a long 2.
Do you know the one thing we have not done yet tonight, Scott, offensively? Pitched the ball. Out of all our plays, we've
Simpson
not
tried as he was going down early in the first quarter.
Right, but never left his hands.
4th down and a long 2. I formation set once again behind Baker. Baker, misdirection. That play was
a bust
doomed
from
the beginning.
Right.
His 2 running backs, his fullback and his tailback went right. He turned left, and Baker's dropped at the line of scrimmage, maybe a half yard, and remains on the ground at the 42.
He is definitely holding his left knee right now, and he is definitely rolling as if he were in pain.
Well, we will step away as we did the last time. The Greyhounds had a player down. 8:04 remaining in the third quarter. Burlington 14, Fairfield 8. Back in 1 minute on KBUR and KBUR.com.
Good block.
Back here at Mary Lane Miller Senior Family Field, sitting at the bottom of Bracewell Stadium. Kanye Baker remains on the field at the 42-43 line of Fairfield as Kyle Peterson and Scott Linebaugh continue to ask him questions. Feel around the knee area, upper calf, and he is obviously in some pain right now, both hands over his face. So we don't like to speculate or go beyond the fact that we do know it's a leg injury. We don't know if it's high ankle sprain or some sort of knee injury, what might be going on.
Yeah, it's
Nolan Simpson, we can presume, will now be your quarterback the rest of the night.
well, and it's just a matter if this is something that is just surprised Kanye. You know what? Sometimes you get those kind of things.
That's true.
The pain initially is so bad you think you're done, but then all of a sudden things kind of come back into place. Maybe you get numb, and again, Scott and I are just talking to you. We're not sure, but the good thing is that he's getting up under his own power, and we'll see what kind of walking he can do. He's trying to take his time and try to work through it so he's not leaning on Scott or Kyle. And they're just kind of there to help him. But it is definitely a slow, gingerly walk here.
And again, no indication as to whether it's a knee or an ankle or a shin. He's not putting a ton of weight on it, but it is all his weight.
Now, the double whammy here, Scott, is that Kanye, as a starting corner for the Greyhound defense, now gets Owen Baker to replace Kanye. Owen's a fine athlete and a tough player, but doesn't possess all of the same skills that Kanye does. So do not be surprised if the Fairfield Trojans and Isaac Harris try to target him early on in the series. Tate Allen right now is lined up over Owen on this near side.
So trips to the right side. Max Wheaton split to the left side, which is the short side of the field. Isaac Harris barking out the signals. He's got a tailback to his left, and Peyton Klein turns and gives it to Klein. Klein stutter step. Thought about going right, goes left. Now a late flag comes in, thrown by the umpire. My guess is that'll be a hold.
Nice job by Nolan. Read that well, stepped up well into the hole.
Holding on the offense. So they will walk that back from the previous line of scrimmage of the 42. It'll take it back to the 32. It'll be 1st and 20.
Good job. Just kind of letting you know Kanye's doing a little bit more walking. He's trying to work through some things. I'm not sure if he's going to take his shoe off and get retaped or what.
So 1st down and 20 for Fairfield now from their own 32-yard line. 14-8 your score. Burlington on top. Scored the first 2 times they had the football and have held on thus far. Motion man from left to right. Harris turns and fakes it to the motion man, then gives it to Peyton Klein, who stood up and dropped 4 yards deep. And I want to say that's Travis Thompson.
My man, Travis.
The first man there to drop him for a 5-yard loss.
Had that little trap, and Travis just followed the guard and was able to meet there at the handoff. So great job by the Greyhounds on this.
2nd down and 25 as the Greyhounds trying to keep Fairfield from getting any sort of offensive momentum going. And as we say, don't let them think they've got any chance of winning this ball game. 2-by-2 formation. Klein to the left of Harris. Harris going to throw. Now he's going to tuck it. Follows Klein into the hole. 30, 35. Cuts it outside along the sideline. 40. Gets back near the original line of scrimmage. Now a late flag going to come in. Probably a late hit. So they're going to give Harris yardage up to the 45. Add 15. It'll take it to the Greyhound 40 and a 1st down for Fairfield.
Right now, the side judge just was talking to Ronald Shearer and Brody Angstead. On cue.
How else do you call it, sir? Do you throw your hands in a different direction to make that call? Or I thought there was only one way to call it.
Scott, I want to update you on Cale Burchett. He is in street clothes, but he looks like he's moving fairly well.
1st and 10 from the Greyhound 40. After the personal foul on the Greyhounds, Harris looking left, now looking right, rolling, rolling. Throws on the run, going to be way short of his intended receiver, who slipped and fell at the 18 anyway. That was Aiden Lyons, who he was trying to hit. And it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Good job by Kobe Wilden there to be in the deep coverage. And Jackson Carlson goes over to Owen to try to talk a little bit about defensive coverage, because Owen looked back like, wait a minute, I might have blown something here. So, and again, when you don't, when you're the backup, you don't get all those reps. And so this is trial by fire by Owen right now. Doing a good job, but out comes Wheaton, lined up right against him, and that's a 6.5, 7-inch difference.
That was the matchup that led to the touchdown for Fairfield. And here's a give to Peyton Klein, who gets up to the 37. Now, this is what I don't get. The official on the far side
has his hand ready.
He pulled his flag out and walked to the end of the play as if, it was a gun in his holster and he was getting ready to shoot that flag. Keep it in your pant pocket until you're going to throw it.
Throw it or not.
I mean, I get it. You're the official. You don't need to show me the flag and threaten me with it. 3rd down now and 7 from the 37. High snap to Harris, pulls it down, gives it to Klein. Peyton Klein worms his way along the line of scrimmage and finally able to work his way around the corner. Left side inside the 30 to the 27, and another Fairfield 1st down.
Yeah, just a cutback. They get you going on this zone read, and they've got flow going. And if it weren't for Diego Treviso on that backside, he gets to go all the way to the end zone. So nice job by Diego to prevent that touchdown.
Halfway through the third quarter, 14-8. Greyhounds on top, but Fairfield is moving its way down the field now at the Greyhound 28, first down. Trips to the right side. Harris gets the snap, looks left, now throws right on a quick slant. Had a man wide open at the 20, but just out of the reach of Tate Allen. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Ronald Cheer just a little bit late into the coverage, and Kobe might be playing a little deep because he read it, was just kind of coming in just at the end of the play there. Kanye Baker getting his shoe on after getting retaped. Scott, he may find his way back into the game. Don't know how well that'll be.
Ankle injury
is
what we're thinking.
Yep.
Second down and 10. Now near side comes Max Wheaton again, paired up with Owen Baker. Now high snap pulled down, and Ronald Sheard is going to drop Isaac Harris all the way back at the 35, as Harris had to get the high snap, pull it down, and then ran for his life and could not outrun Ronald Sheard, a loss of 6.
Nice call by the defensive coordinator, Matt Siebold again. Got to find new ways to dial up pressure. This is still not outside of the ability of Peyton Klein to get this ball and find a cutback lane.
Third down and a long 15. All 15s are long, but this is about 15 and a half. Harris throws down the left side. He's got a man at the 18, turns it upfield, 15, reverses field, 10, 5, and winding down to the 3-yard line is Aiden Lyons.
Played cover 2 zone there, and they've just found the hole in the zone. Great pitch and catch, great run after the catch.
And a flag resting at the 14-yard line.
Face mask.
Now
says
what?
The side judge.
Incidental face mask on Burlington, so that'll take it half the distance down to the 1.5 yards. So 4:57 remaining in the third quarter. And Fairfield is knocking on the door, trailing by 6. First and goal from the 1.5 yards. Harris still in the shotgun, flanked by Klein to his left. 1-by-3 formation, 1 to the left. That's Max Wheaton. Harris gets the snap, turns and gives it to Klein. He's blown up 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage by somebody coming off the left side. That was Carlo Martinez-Hale.
When you hear something like that and see something like that, it's kind of like a block kick anymore, Scott. You just know that someone in the Martinez-Hale family has come through and done something.
We saw Carlton do it for 3 years. Now it's Carlo's turn.
Nice play by Carlo. Concerned here of a pull by the quarterback and then taking it himself.
Second and goal from the 3. Harris 5 yards deep. Fakes it to Klein. He will keep it. You were right, John. He pulled it out of the belly of Peyton Klein, kept it himself, got back to the line of scrimmage, and nothing more to be third and goal.
Good job, great job up front by our linemen being able to cause some pressure.
Now a timeout's going to be called on the field by Fairfield, so we'll step away as well. 4:02 remaining in the third, 14-8. Greyhounds continue to lead. You're listening to Burlington Greyhound football on KBUR and KBUR.com.
Play resumes with third and goal from the 2. Isaac Harris brings Fairfield to the line of scrimmage. Third down and goal from the 3-yard line. He's got one left in Wheaton and 3 right. Third down and goal.
Klein to his left, barking out signals. He's going to follow Klein, trying to get the corner left side. He does. Klein got the block. And here was the touchdown scored by Isaac Harris as he just went around Klein into the end zone. Touchdown, and it's 14-14.
I'm a little shocked that the referee, where that play was right in front of him, when Klein had a hold of his jersey and pulled it. That, I mean, the crowd is right on that one. It was pretty blatant.
You guys are horrible.
Evidently, our fans are not real
The
ecstatic.
rating will not go well.
So to try the extra point, putting the tee down at the 10-yard line is Tate Allen on the hold by Brody Angstead. This would give Fairfield a 1-point lead at 15-14. Snap was good, a little high. Spot was good, and the kick is good.
It fell behind the crossbar. It hit the upright and dropped behind the crossbar.
Doinked the right upright, but it went straight down instead of bouncing back toward the field and good. So with 3:58 remaining in the third quarter, it's now Fairfield 15 and Burlington 14.
Scott, it always makes me nervous.
You guys are bad. Purple. You missed the hold too. Get another job.
You got Eddie Luckett, Kobe Wildman going deep alongside of Nolan Simpson and Ronald Shear. Trey Maxwell is up on that side as a fullback, along with Alex Fawcett. So any one of these six guys can pick up the ball and run pretty well. So just let's field it cleanly and get ourselves a good start to this new series.
So put it back up on the tee for Fairfield is Tate Allen. And he'll be kicking it deep to either Kobe Wilden or one of the up men, as he is at the 20. And that's going to be Sheared coming up across the 25-30. Tried to get around the outside. Couldn't do it as he was dropped by Tate Richardson. And so Richardson holds Sheared down at the 31, and that's where the grounds will start this drive.
And it looks like Simpson is going to go ahead and take the snaps. I can't see what Kanye's doing on the sideline.
Kanye's just kind of, he looks like he's relaxing. I'm sure he's in some pain. He's right here on the bench right in front of us at the 43.
So they might just be taping him up to keep the swelling down.
So Nolan Simpson up under center. I formation set behind him, gets the snap, turns and gives it to Sheared, and Sheared up the middle for 1 to the 32. Make that the 33 for a gain of 2.
Guys here. Our line's behind the D line.
2 yards in the play, 2nd and 8 for the 34.
We're in this state of the game, Scott. Now I'm just watching to see how we react and getting caught up. And we just got to find a way to stay engaged a little bit longer. They've kind of backed off and playing some vanilla defense here. Just moved into a 5-3 look.
2nd and 8 from the 33. Once again, I formation set behind Simpson. Nolan Simpson barking out the signal. Still 20 seconds left on the play clock. Turns and hands it to Sheared off the right side this time. And hit and driven back again. Forward progress to the 35 for another 2. So it'll be 3rd down and 6 as the clock goes inside of 3 minutes remaining.
I wonder if they have a counter put in yet. I would imagine they do. Any sort of mixed direction at this point would be really good.
So 3rd down and 6. Let's see what the Greyhounds do right here. New quarterback for this series due to the injury to Kanye Baker. Simpson Turns, gives it to the second man through. That's Eddie Luckett, and Luckett tripped up. Got to the 40, going to be a yard short. It'll be 4th down and 1, and we'll see if Jim Kreckle and the Greyhounds want to go for it.
Scott, if this is me, I'm going to dial up a punt. I got to get these guys back, give ourselves a chance. But Jim Kreckle is a gambler. Now this might be a hard count. Try to draw some people off. This might be a quarterback keeper where you get all the help from behind.
Well, it's Simpson, then Sheard, then Luckett. Luckett is 8 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Simpson turns, gives it to Luckett. He's got the first down to the 45, 46. That head of steam he got him to the hole.
That is a confidence builder for sure. It's good to see that we've gotten Isaac Wixom back into the offensive frame here. Scotty's been playing defense most of the night, but on this series he's come back out to play center, which puts Bailey and Thompson at guard.
So the Grounds move the chains, trailing 15-14 now for the first time tonight with 1.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Simpson turns and hands it to Luckett again. This time he's hit a yard behind the line of scrimmage, did well to get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10. Nothing there that time for Eddie Luckett as he tried to go off the left side.
Brought down by Brad Smithberg, 5'9", 5'10", 150-pound defensive lineman. I am not sure that that's quite the right number because that's a lot bigger jersey. So
2nd down and 10 from the Greyhound 46. 1 minute remaining in the third. Simpson with his cadence got at least 2 interior linemen to jump for Fairfield, and that 5-yard penalty will make it a much more manageable 2nd and 5 and move it into Fairfield territory at the 49.
Well, that was a great job by Coach Kreckle to get that call in and go on a hard count. Certainly a much more manageable 2nd down.
So the Grounds come out of the huddle. Clock running at 50. I formation set one more time. Give it to the first man through. This Ronald Charity's got daylight. 45 down to the 41 before he's finally tripped up by Aiden Lyons. Lyons being mentioned on both sides of the football. But another chain mover for the Greyhounds. 1st and 10 now at the 41.
Nice job, Isaac Wixom and Travis Thompson along with Tyler Bailey. Just a quick trap there. Isaac and Tyler had the down block on the nose tackle, and Thompson does a nice job on the trap.
Possibly the final play of the third quarter upcoming unless the Grounds get a first down. 1st and 10, Sheard right up the middle, hit and dropped at the 39 and driven backward. They're not going to give him forward progress.
No,
they're going to say forward progress is the 40, so a half yard. It'll be 2nd and a long 9.
Logan Adam and Peyton Klein just timed the snap. Luckily that time we were able to make the stunt and the tackle.
Well, that'll do it for 3/4 of this game. 36 in the books. We got 12 to go. Put those 4 fingers in the air. It's time for the 4th quarter. When we come back, Fairfield leads Burlington 15-14. Grounds with the football, 2nd and 9 from the 40. When we return, you're listening to Greyhound Football.
Such great music as the offense walks into the huddle. I mean, it just is so timed well.
I was a stanza too early. So second down and 9 as we begin the fourth quarter. Greyhounds trailing by a point, 15-14. Ball resting just outside the 40-yard line. Nolan Simpson still at quarterback for the Greyhounds. He'll fake it to Sheard. Thought about pitching it to Eddie Luckett coming around the right side deeper. Instead keeps it and gains yardage of 5 up to the 35-yard line. It'll be third down and 4.
Yeah, brought down by Fairfield's Kenneth Craig, 5'11", 233-pounder. Really, again, it almost looked like he was going to toss that out to Eddie. And if you notice, everybody's moving inside of our wings, inside of that. And I'm just telling you, if we can get a decent, clean pitch, we might be able to go.
Give Simpson 6 to the 34, so it's third down and a long 3. Nolan squats behind the center. Turns and gives it to Sheard, and somebody jumped as the officials blow the play dead. Now a late flag also thrown by the white hat.
Yeah, number 18, Logan Adam, again, had his hand up in Ronald's face mask. So this will be weird if it's offsetting.
Dead ball, illegal procedure. So
What?
5-yard walk-off. Dead ball, personal foul in favor of the Greyhounds as it's on Fairfield. So now they'll walk it 15 yards up the field for the Greyhounds. That'll take it to the 24-yard line on a first down, Burlington.
Well, it's what we've needed. Now we got to find a way to put this thing in and finish it.
Well, I can tell you coming into tonight, the Greyhounds had been penalized. Well, the Greyhounds have been penalized an average of 7 times for 40.5 yards. I think Fairfield was up around 12.5 penalties a game.
Wow. That's stuff you got to work on. You can't. You've got to find a way to tighten that up. It just kills drives one way or the other. You put in all that effort.
So first down and 10 for the Greyhounds after the penalties at the 24-yard line. Simpson turns and fakes it to Sheard. Now they pitch it for the first time to Eddie Luckett, who's hit back outside the 25 or the 27. A loss of 3. It'll be second and 13.
That's a good job by the defense there on the edge. I know we've called about it, but I think you need to run it to the short side if you're going to pitch it. I think I put some guys on the edge there to make sure that doesn't go outside. So do we have a pop pass? Can we get to the edge?
So second down and long. Not the type of down and distance you want if you're the Greyhounds in this offense. Second and 13. Fake to Sheard. Simpson going to roll right. I think it was a broken play. He's going to throw down the field, come up short and picked off at the 6. Intended for Blake Myers and picked off at the 6 and run out to the 10 by Aiden Lyons.
Real frustrating. Real frustrating. I'm not sure if he had the corner or not, but man, that's a heartbreaker. You got a chance to use that penalty. I know Nolan's trying to make a play, and we're trying to get open. So, but now we got to shake it off. We got to try to get a 3-and-out and get the ball back.
So 10-19 remaining in the ball game. Fairfield leading by 1, 15-14, and now they have it. First down and 10, resting just inside the 10-yard line. 90 yards away from the goal line. Isaac Harris brings the Trojans up to the line of scrimmage. Wide side of the field is to the right. 1 by 1 with a pair of tailbacks, and the snap goes over his head, out of the end zone, and 2 points for the Greyhounds on the safety, which makes it 16-15 in favor of the Greyhounds.
Oh, how not to shoot yourself in the foot when things are going your way. And, Scott, as you know, as well as all of our fans, we get the ball back.
So a break for the Greyhounds of historic proportions.
Yes.
As they turn it over and then
ready and secure the ball, and let's get a drive that lasts the rest of the quarter and get the W.
So 10-15, that'd be a tall task if
It
you can
would.
run the rest of the game off the clock, but it's been done before. I believe Michigan State did it to the Hawkeyes back in the 2015 Big Ten Championship game. Not quite the entire fourth quarter, but 19
You
plays.
have to get points. Regardless, you have to get points this drive.
You got to make it
or at
so it
least
takes a touchdown
pin
to
them
beat
again back down inside their 10.
you. Got to make it so a touchdown beats you, not a field goal.
Right.
So they will kick it off. Tate Allen has his tee out there, and he's going to put it down between the hash marks. So he'll kick it from the middle of the field.
So tell all those guys to field it, get vertical. There's too many guys on this kickoff team coming from the outside in. Stay inside the middle.
Wildin and Luckett back deep for the Greyhounds. Line drive kick going to be taken at the 35. That's going to be Luckett across the 40, 45 midfield into Fairfield territory to the 48-yard line. So the Greyhounds do, in fact, have great field position in Fairfield territory at the 48.
And all we got to do is be patient. Even if we get a no gainer, be patient.
Tackle by number 62
Don't
of Fairfield.
have unforced errors.
Actually mark it at the 49. So with 10:08 remaining in the ball game, the Greyhounds now lead by 1 and have it 49 yards away from the goal. High formation again behind Simpson, as it has been most of the evening. Simpson runs into Sheard, gives it to Luckett. Luckett puts it on the ground, recovered by Fairfield at midfield, and just like that, the Trojans have their break and an opportunity to retake a lead if they can put a drive together.
Not only that, Nolan and Ronald hit heads, and Ronald doesn't look to be faring too well right now. And I'm not sure if he's being upset, but I know Nolan is kind of spending some time controlling him.
So first down and 10 Trojans from midfield. 3 right, 1 left, and that 1 is Max Wheaton, who has 6 or 7 inches on his cornerback. Isaac Harris barking out the signals. Gives it to Peyton Klein. Klein's got a lot of running room, 45-40. 35 finally gets hit by a pair of purple shirts or black shirts at the 35. Falls forward to the 32, a gain of 18.
Diego and Kobe ran into each other on that. And again, you're just trying to go for some big knockout hits. I think you got to wrap some people up. Did you notice, Scott, that Wheaton, when he feels like he's all by himself, he's going to throw that hand up?
Right. Yep.
See if we can get some sort of fade.
First down and 10 from the Greyhound 32. Trips to the right side. Give to Klein. Peyton Klein with a stutter step, and he is blown up after a gain of 3 to the 30.
Nolan Simpson, again, does a tremendous job of reading that play and just coming in and putting a stop on Klein. Huge play for us right now. These next 3 downs are super important.
Give him 1 is actually mark it just outside the 31. Yeah, if you're going to bow up defense, this is the time to do it.
Move Wheaton into this tight end in this bunch, Scott.
3 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left side. Left side is the short side. Harris going to roll right. Has Wheaton at the 28, turns upfield, 25-20, 15-10. Straight arm at the 5-yard line, now a late flag.
Thank you.
And he's coming up short of the goal line anyway. He run out of bounds at the 3, but that's going to be up Fairfield, and that play will come back.
Nate Smithberg. Going to call you out, Nate. 5'8", 160-pound offensive tackle with a blindside block. And that blindside block was on Carlo Martinez-Hale. So,
And
it
behind
was
the play.
by 20-some-odd yards. No need to do that. So they'll get the first down.
And they'll walk it back to the 30, 40,
Not a spot foul, Scott. I thought blindside
46-yard line.
I thought blindsides were a spot foul. What a humongous break it's almost like some people don't want to win the ball game.
A loss of yardage of 43 yards. A play that would have taken you down to the 3 after the penalty. Now it is second down and a country mile. Call it 24 from the 46-yard line.
And again, the officials are having a conference. And now the side judge is having to confer with Coach Wheaton of Fairfield, while the referee is conferring with the umpire. This is why the game has taken so long.
While we have a break in the action, let's step away for 10 seconds. It's time for station identification. You're listening to Burlington Greyhound Football on KBUR and KBUR.com. The other thing we want to tell you is if you want to listen to the Radio Iowa High School Scoreboard Show, go ahead and tune over to KBKB 1360 on the AM dial at some point. Don't step away from our game. Don't you dare, unless you're watching on YouTube. Then you can watch it and listen to the Radio Iowa Scoreboard Show. But in the meantime, know that it's going until 11:30. We could get to it as quickly as we can after the conclusion of this game.
Okay, they corrected themselves because it was a spot foul, not from the line of scrimmage.
And a first down. So the penalty occurred at the 12-yard line. So the play result was a first down.
And they're not going to be ready because the chains aren't ready. Wow, wow, wow.
So let's reset this. The penalty happened at the 12-yard line. The play resulted in a first down because Wheaton got down to the 3. But the walk-off takes it from the 12, which was the spot of the foul, out to the 27. So the first down stands, but after the 15-yard walk-off from the spot of the foul, which was the 12, now it's first down and 10 at the 27.
You are correct, sir.
Did you follow it? Quiz at 11. So first down and 10 at the 27-yard line. After all that, 9:05 remaining in the ballgame, 16-15, Greyhounds on top. Peyton Klein with the carry, hit behind the line of scrimmage, dropped to the 28 for a loss of 1.
I got to tell you, Tyler Bailey and Isaac Wixom have done a tremendous job of making sure nobody gets into the A-gap the entire game. Now, where we're playing games in the B and C gap, that's a whole nother story because Peyton Klein has had a whale of a ball game getting the ball off tackle. I would say here comes this little out route to Wheaton. What do you think, Scott?
Tight bunch formation to the left side. He might come out from that slot position and get a little screen pass. That's what they're setting up. But Harris is going to throw deep this time. Man had a step. That was Tate Allen who he was trying to throw it to, and he had a step on his coverage man for the Greyhounds. That was Owen Baker.
And Scott, no penalty flag.
No penalty flag. We almost need to write those down. That happens.
Fewer
happens less than the penalties actually being thrown. So third down and 11 from the 28-yard line. Fairfield's got to find a way to move the chains or settle for a 40-plus yard field goal.
Right. Going to say we're coming back with this little kind of route here.
Harris back to pass, looking down the middle. Now flush,
It's gonna be
flag
a
on the
hold.
play, and he almost threw an interception. Either way, it's incomplete, or it'll be a penalty. I think you decline the penalty, make it 4th and 11.
Scott, you're the coach. Do you decline it, make it 4th?
I decline it, make it 4th down and 11.
I decline it too.
Yeah. I don't
wanna
think you
give
give
them
him an
any
extra
of them
play.
chance, no.
Holding.
But we'll see.
Fairfield.
See what Mr. Krekel does.
It'll be 4th and 11 or 3rd and 21.
Let's go, D!
He does decline.
Yeah, I think you don't give extra opportunities no matter the down and distance.
So now,
4th and 11 at the 28-yard line, 8:09 remaining.
you've gone well with Klein in the little jump cut inside zone. You've had big play with Wheaton on a fade, but we've stopped him here on these little things. You have nothing to lose if you throw this thing deep.
Yeah, it works as a short field punt. Now there's going to be
Now
a
they're gonna
timeout
because the matchup was wrong.
yeah, Owen Baker was over here on the near side against
And he was
Wheaton.
begging.
And he was trying to get Eddie Luckett or
I'll cover
Kobe
the
Wilden
guard.
to come over here.
I'll cover the guard.
But I don't know, I don't know if that was a coach's call to say we don't have the right personnel, we need to discuss this.
You could see it. Owen was talking. They were talking in the backfield, and then there was some talk on the sideline, and then Coach Siebold had to go ahead and make.
For you, 8:09 remaining in the ballgame. Burlington leads 16-15 on the strength, if you will, of a snap over the quarterback's head in the end zone that rolled out the back of the end zone to give the Greyhounds back a 1-point advantage. Both teams now with 2 timeouts remaining. Fairfield coming out of this timeout will face a 4th down and 11 from the 28-yard line. So Burlington's defense needs to make sure Fairfield doesn't gain 33 feet.
So the change is they're going to bracket Wheaton with Diego underneath and Kobe over the top here on the near side of the field. And it looks like Carlo's coming in from the left side with some heat.
Harris gets the snap. He's going to roll right, running away from Wheaton. Throws into the end zone, trying to get behind the defense. He did, but nice defense.
No flag.
No flag.
That's Owen Baker.
Was that Owen on the
Yeah,
coverage?
because Diego and
He had his back turned to the ball, put his hands up, made sure he didn't make contact, avoided the flag, and turnover on downs to the Greyhounds.
Because you can have your arms straight up. You just can't wave them or put them on the offensive receiver.
And
Huge.
you could tell Aiden Lyons in the end zone was trying to draw that contact, like driving into the lane in basketball, trying to get somebody to come in and whack you on the wrist. That wasn't happening this time.
Scott, we got to come up with some clean offensive plays here.
8:03 remaining in the ballgame. Greyhounds take over. Here's a carry by Luckett, and Eddie Luckett off the right side up near the 35, stopped at about the 34. A gain of 6. It'll be 2nd and 4.
Get up, get up, get up, or get off the field. If your shoe's
I think
off.
his shoe came off.
Yeah, and that's fine. Just don't stop the clock. Does Fairfield have, again, I can't see the clock.
2 timeouts.
So they have 2 left.
I did a game reset. Didn't you
I
listen? I
did
said
not hear
both
the
teams have
timeouts.
2 timeouts.
I did not hear that part. I was worried about flags.
Learn to listen, listen to learn.
Active listening.
2nd down and 4 from the 34. Here's Luckett again. This time, nothing there as he's hit at the line of scrimmage, driven backward by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 white shirts. And actually, that was Kobe Wilden with the carry. It'll be 3rd and 6.
Led by Logan Aiden on the play there, or Adam on the play. Again, Ronald Shear, you can tell, has been through a game. He's taking his time. This has been a physical game, regardless of what the outcome is. And both of these teams are scrappy. People are a little concerned about the play clock, but with 12 seconds left to go, this is pretty well set here.
3rd down and 5. Simpson turns around and gives it to Wilden, and again, Wilden hit and driven back, and I think he even lost his footing as he wanted to change course. No gain. It'll be 4th down and about 4 to go.
Nick Kaska came in unblocked for the Trojans and just swallowed him up. So, again, not what we needed. We needed at least 1 or 2 first downs. And so it's going to be up to the foot of Carlo Martinez-Hale to get this thing. Scott, I would also kick this thing out of bounds. I would aim toward the sideline, not get a chance to get it.
Play is blown dead. I think Fairfield's taking a timeout to set something up. I would assume either to put on either a punt block of some sort or to set up a return as Aiden Lyons back at about his own 30, ready to receive the punt. 6:04 remaining, almost halfway through quarter number 4. Burlington 16, Fairfield 15. So it went 2-2-1. Burlington scored the first 2 touchdowns, the first 2 times it had the football. Fairfield then scored in the second quarter and late in the third quarter to take a 15-14 lead after a 2-point conversion and an extra point. And then after Nolan Simpson had thrown an interception on the Fairfield 10 on the very first play following that, Fairfield saw the snap from center go over the head of Isaac Harris out of the back of the end zone for a safety, and the Greyhounds took the lead back at 16-15.
And I can tell, my guess is, Scott, by looking at the way they're aligned, that they're setting up for a sideline return to their sideline. They have an overabundance of players of Fairfield from that side.
CMH steps into it, kicks it near sideline off the side of his foot, and fortunately for him, curls back into the field of play, hits at the 37-yard line, and goes directly out of bounds. I had a fear it was going to go out far before that, but it curled back off his right foot and hit at the 37, so that's where Fairfield will start this drive trailing 16-15.
We got to play with some poise and some energy here. We got to, again, we've bowed our neck a couple times, and they've been prone to some mistakes, so just let's be smart. Your short one guy.
5:58 remaining in the ball game. 3 right, 1 left. Now here comes Ronald Sheard into the personnel grouping for the Greyhounds late. 1st and 10 from the 37. Peyton Klein with the carry, hit by Tyler Bailey behind the line of scrimmage and dropped for a 2-yard loss back at the 35.
Great job by Tyler. I think this might be the time where Tyler takes over. He's been going against Brad Smithberg the entire night, and so this would be a good time for him to just continue to drive, and the fact that they only have 1 timeout left plays into our favor here.
Clock inside of 5.5 minutes remaining.
We're in
2-by-2 formation. Now go ahead, John.
We're in 0 coverage here, which makes Diego all by himself on Wheaton.
Isaac Harris throws quick right on a screen pass, an inside screen to Wheaton. Wheaton got back to the original line of scrimmage of the 37, but a flag thrown while the play was going on in the area where it would be a holding penalty.
Brought down by Carlson, and can't see who the other number is. Alex Zoo.
Holding on Fairfield. So will Coach Krekel send him back and make it 2nd down and about 20, or decline it and make it 3rd and 10?
See, they started marking off before they wait until the decision has been made. So Scott, I am not one to usually talk about officials, but now they've even got me.
Well, don't set it at the 38, it's at the 37. Penalty is declined. The coaches in the stands are suggesting that Coach Krekel take the yards. I don't disagree with it. If it's 3rd and 10.
Conference.
If it's 3rd and 10, I'm okay with that. 3rd and 10.
And another conference.
I mean, I understand wanting to get it right, but at some point in time, it does.
Maybe you should have had some meetings prior to the season and maybe talk about stuff. Go through some of the mechanics together.
Right now I'm picturing the discussion in Bull Durham about what is the best wedding gift.
Well, we could go get a whole chicken from Kentucky Fried Chicken, and candlesticks are always a nice present. Maybe get some of the guys together.
Holding on Fairfield, declined. 3rd down.
Mark the ball.
Should be at the 37-yard line, not the 38. Should be 3rd and 10. Should be 3rd and 10. Should be 3rd and 10. Now Coach Krekel's upset, and he's in the ear of the official on the near side. Should be on the 37-yard line.
10.
37-yard line. I'm trying to get the wavelengths down to the officials. 37-yard line.
And we have
another conference.
Maybe we should be selling tickets to the conference. Special speakers.
Now the man in the white hat is coming over to talk to Coach Krekel. And he's like, where do you want us to put the ball? What will make you happy? And Coach Krekel says, put it on the 37.
Put it on the
37 at least there and work your way backward.
If they're going to mark it there, say take them back.
Yeah. If you're going to give them inside of 10 yards, why not make it 2nd and 20 instead? I don't mind the declination of the penalty. Make it 3rd down. When it gets back to, don't give them extra opportunity. But they've mismarked the ball. It was at the 37-yard line.
Yep.
They need to move it back 1 yard. Not that 1 yard's a huge deal in the whole scheme of things, but it should be 3rd and 10.
No, you're absolutely right. And what I love about Matt Siebold is he let Coach Krekel do all of that, and he was in his players' ears.
So 3rd down and 9 officially. Harris back to pass. Throws deep down the left side. Has a man. In and out of the hands. And I'll tell you what, Aiden Lyons is going to have nightmares about that because
And
he had Owen Baker by about 3 yards.
Better be thanking.
And it went through his hands, off his helmet, and falls incomplete. It'll be 4th and 9.
And I'm not sure how you could ever be behind the offensive player when it is 3rd and 8. Play at the sticks if you think you're going to get beat.
So 3rd down turns into 4th down and 9. Ball
Watch
resting
the
at the
fake.
48. Or
Set
38.
your D-line back. Sorry, Scott. Set your D-line back so that they're not doing the tick-tock snap.
And they're going for it. They're going
they're
for
not.
it. 4th down and 9. Oh, I saw them come out in what I thought was a different
But
formation.
their quarterback is the up back.
Isaac
Catching in the
Harris,
air.
the up back. Tate Allen kicks it away. Kobe
Catch
Wilden
the
lets
ball
it hit.
in the air. You
and
can
roll.
catch it.
Takes a Fairfield roll down to the 20-yard line. So the Greyhounds, with 4:46 remaining in the ball game, leading by 1, will take over just outside of their own 20.
This is a manageable.
Were you wanting to
series.
talk? Did you want to
just-
talk or something?
No, it's just a
So
frustration.
anyway,
I
here we
talked
go.
about.
1st down and 10.
This is what we talked about. Catch the ball in the air, right?
And now they've moved it up even further. It'll be at the 21.
Well, they made up
They
for
got
the
that
2
yard
yards.
back.
Yeah.
Got the yard back.
We said we'll make it up on the
I will
punt.
tell you this. Donnie Claypool back in the studio. Let's do this. We will take one break, come out of that break, do our Kirk Masner player of the game, and then we'll get you to the Radio Iowa scoreboard show. So prepare, Donnie Claypool. Here's a give off the
We
right
have
side.
to.
I believe that's Luckett. Luckett's hitting now a flag, and now personal foul.
Face mask.
Fairfield. That's got to be at least a dozen personal fouls tonight.
I'm going to say half a dozen easily, if not a dozen. We'll have to talk to Matt and see if he can get us that box score stat.
And actually, that was Eddie Luckett on the carry. I think I said Kobe Wilden, but that was Eddie Luckett on the carry.
Scott, we need one more 1st down to win this game.
4:39 remaining.
We need one 1st down because we'll get 2 on some penalties.
One legitimate 1st down.
Yeah.
All right. Simpson under center. Turns, gives it to Sheard off the left side. 40. Brought down by his left sleeve
And
at
that,
the 46.
ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching on YouTube, should be a horse collar.
Well, I don't know. I don't think he got up inside. He got the
It
sleeve.
doesn't. You don't have to.
But I think he just got the sleeve. I don't think he got deep into
It looked like he got into the back of the jersey. And either way, it wasn't called, so it doesn't matter for us.
Too bad this monitor doesn't work. We could have seen it.
It is wonderful to see the
We're going
Schaefer
to bust
family.
the chops of the
Schaefer family
of the
celebrate
BC
senior
guys.
night.
Yeah. Schaefer family's been up there all night. That's all right. These guys do a great job.
Yeah,
The
they
monitor will work at some point.
There you go.
Now Fairfield has jumped off sides.
All
That'll
right.
be-
So
it was 2nd and less than a yard. There's your 1st down. Or is that one of the 2 that they were giving us?
Yeah, that's right.
All right. So we need one more legitimate 1st down and another by penalty. It's 1st and 10 at the Fairfield 48 with 3:44 remaining.
Scott, this for the 3rd week of the year, pretty sloppy.
Yeah.
On both sides. But
again, this is also a game. Again, you walk out and you think, I can win this one.
and you're mad if you don't.
What you're failing to realize is that part of that equation has to include not shooting yourself in the foot, so to speak. 1st and 10 from the 48, Sheard off the left side. Ronald Sheard with about 5 up to the 43, and it'll be 2nd and 5.
And Sheard is down.
I thought he went down awkwardly, but I was hopeful he'd get up.
We have to continue to understand how to use our legs when we run. And it was an awkward tackle for sure. And this is what you don't need, a stoppage of the clock. Trey Maxwell or my man Alex Zoo should be stepped. There he is, my man Alex Zoo. stepping up into the ring. And he's gonna be okay because he got done with National Guard training over the summer. So I'm going to trust him to be in shape and be the workhorse here these final 4 minutes. The problem is,
can
if
he
we
trust him to hold on to the foot?
Yeah,
Well, of course. I'm being facetious.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Big word.
But with what we've had tonight, stranger things have
And
happened.
it is eerily, this is the thing.
With a decent crowd
It's
from
eerily,
Fairfield,
eerily quiet.
it's almost like a Monday JV game.
And I know part of it is because Sheard's down on the field, but, I mean,
A normal Friday night in Bracewell
I can hear
would
crickets.
be raucous.
I can actually hear crickets.
And more parents.
Yeah. A nice little crowd murmur now that I've said this. Yeah.
Yeah. What we need to do is we need to pipe in our own noise like the other stadiums.
Fact. To borrow your
Without
line.
question.
Without question. So Sheard is now sitting up. Kyle Peterson and Scott Linebaugh have beaten a path to between the hash marks tonight.
They have earned their pay tonight, that is for sure.
At least 3 different significant injuries.
But Ronald looks okay. It's like he just got to shake it off a little bit. He's got a little. But that is the consequence of this. This is a ground and pound style, and you have to be prepared for it.
So Ronald Sheard is, as Kanye Beaker did, favoring his left leg. I say Kanye Beaker.
You could have. You could have.
It's late, man. I've not worked until 10:25 in a long time.
Some may say ever, but
10:23. I was close. I was taking a shot.
all right.
2nd down and 5 from the 43. I formation set. Simpson turns and gives it to the fullback who fumbled. Never had a handle. That was on his backside until it was not, and then it ended up on the ground, and I think Fairfield recovered. Fairfield thinks they recovered.
And
the
they
white
did.
hat says they recovered. So another Burlington turnover around midfield gives the football to the Trojans
What did I say?
at their own 42.
About not fumbling. I was so sure, but the mesh point was off, and we got to forget that. We got to play. This is, Scott, we've talked about this. You have to find a way to win. So
now the Greyhounds are man down on defense. Late into the lineup is number 50, Gavin Billings. So now they've got 11 on 11.
and now we've got Baker here. We don't want to burn the timeout.
1st and 10 from the 42. Harris flushed out of the pocket immediately and going to be sandwiched at the 40. Falls back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And the clock continues to tick.
2:50 and counting.
That's what I mean. And here comes Simpson as they got to kind of hustle and get people moved in and out. We
We're
got
going
to
to
get
have 12
people
on
moved
the
out.
field. Billings is going to get off in time as Fairfield is delaying a little bit.
And now
Getting
we're
the play
alone
in.
here with Diego in cover 0 with Wheaton on the top side of the field.
2nd and 9 from the 43.
Harris taps to his head.
Harris throws deep down the right sideline with Wheaton. Open for a moment, knocked
Nope.
out of his hands by Treviso, and both guys wanted to push off. Wheaton is the one who's disappointed
That was
as
a
there's
great
no
job.
flag call.
Diego really played that. Great cushion, great positioning. Make sure the ball goes straight down.
So 3rd down and 9. 2:20 remaining. You get a hold here. You got a chance to close it out with a 1st down.
We've got to be trying to find our matchups. We're in the bunch with Wheaton here on the inside, so here comes this out route.
Harris back inside his 40, awaiting the snap. 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Harris looking left, now going to throw back right. Had a man, overshot him by a good amount. He wanted Lyons on the go route, and he'd split the defenders down the middle of the field, but he overshot him by a good 2 heads.
Great coverage by our defense. Great pressure up front. This is where Harris is going to come out of the pocket and roll. This is in a sense desperation time. This is
do
for
or
them.
die.
I understand, but if you feel confident with your offense, get yourself a 1st down. All you got to do is get 12 yards.
4th down and 9 from the 43. 2 right, 2 left. Klein The setback with Harris, who's going to be sacked.
Huge
Back
play.
at the 34-yard line, coming off the right side. Guess who?
Carlo
Martinez
Hale.
Just like we saw his older brother do for 3 years at the varsity level.
Can we?
Blitzing linebackers off the edge.
We need to work with their family and brand CMH somehow.
It's a sugar. It's a pure cane sugar.
Whatever.
Oh,
you
that's
wanna-
CNH. I'm sorry.
I thought that was Case New Holland.
Is it CN? Isn't it CNH? Pure
I
Pure
thought it
grain
was
sugar?
GNH. I don't know. We need to close this
That's
out.
right up there with Alcoa and
We
fantastic
need
finishes.
to close this out.
1st and 10 from the 35. 2:10 remaining in this one. Hounds by 1, 16-15. Simpson with a keeper, just going to kind of straddle the 35-yard line until he's finally ridden down like a bronco at the rodeo. It'll be 2nd and 10.
My concern with Nolan running is he has a habit of taking his hand away from his body and letting that ball be exposed. He's got to understand we want the ball and the clock.
Play clock at 20. Game clock at 1:43.
We got to go a little faster.
Play clock at 13. Game clock at 1:35. 2nd down and 10 from the 35-yard line.
We're okay.
Play clock at 5. Now 4.
Thank you. We know.
Simpson, fake keeper on the right side, and he's going to be
Can't
spun
watch.
down at about the 31. And now Fairfield will take its final timeout of the hat. No. Yeah. Okay. He pointed it.
They may have to have a conference on this, but I did see Coach Wheaton signal timeout.
So 1st down, or make it. The coaches of the stands got me confused. I was going to say 1st down, 3rd down and 6. Ball resting at the 31-yard line. 1:19 remaining. Fairfield now out of time.
I would go hard count here.
It's an idea.
I didn't hear
Someone
that.
get Siebold a uniform.
Oh, okay. His eligibility's been used up.
That is the dream of
I'm not sure this is the music I would play if you're listening to.
I'd be playing We Will Rock You.
Yeah, so I'm a little more.
I would be playing Don't Stop Me Now.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Don't Stop Believing. I think a Journey song would be
yeah,
good.
yeah.
I mean, if
Get
you're going to play something in this level, I think maybe Phil Collins in the air tonight.
Oh, but you're going to play Eminem. You just got to get past the slow open.
Let's cut that and get right to it. We have editing skills, right?
Bet Schnaden's a DJ over there.
Scratching it.
Wiki wah. All right, 3rd down and 6 from the 31-yard line. Greyhounds need a 1st down to wrap this up. 1:19
Gotta be a
remaining,
hard
leading
count.
16-15. Simpson turns, fakes it to Sheard, keeps it himself. He's retreating, going to be dropped back at the 35. They're going for the football. Whistles finally blow, and they're going to give him backward progress back to the 35. This is okay. Let him unpile slowly. The play clock.
Yeah.
Play clock at 30, game clock at a minute. Hounds will have to kick it away with 30 seconds remaining in the ball game. Fairfield with a couple of desperation plays.
Outs. He's going to go for it.
You think so?
Yeah. He's telling them.
Throw it deep down the field. What do you got to lose? Interception, incompletion,
You better go because you're
completion.
going to get 5-yard penalty here. You better go.
Play clock at 5.
You got to call timeout. You got to
or,
call
or
timeout.
take the five-yard penalty, which they will do. 28 seconds
Interesting.
remaining. Greyhounds leading 16-15.
I'd kick it now. I'd kick it.
Do you take a chance on a bad snap, however?
I'd kick it.
Well,
But I'm not coaching anymore. That's why I get to be up here. So that's good.
if you were coaching, we'd at least be able to read the numbers better, because they'd be purple uniforms with white numbers. All right, 28 seconds left, 4th down and 17. Coach Kreckles made the decision to go for it. Simpson turns, fakes it to Sheard. He's just going to keep it. Split the hashes and go down at about the 41, and the clock will stop at the 22-second mark. That play ate up 6 seconds, so Fairfield has no timeouts remaining and 22 seconds to get it probably to the 20 to give themselves any legitimate shot at a field goal to win it. That would be 39 yards. And now a conference between Coach Krekel and the man in the white hat.
Because you haven't had enough conferences tonight.
Krekel's feeling left out. He hasn't been in most of these.
I'm hoping he'll come up and have a conference with us.
No time. It's 10:31. So now a timeout going to be taken by Burlington. So neither team has any timeouts. So they're going to put 23 seconds instead of 22 on the clock.
I'll leave it up to those guys. My job is here.
Well, if you get out of bounds with 1 second, that 1 second becomes huge.
It does.
So, you can't. And
I don't know what their field goal kicker's like, so you don't know how long.
I just know I've seen enough go wrong in my 10 years on the air watching the Greyhounds, unfortunately, that if there is a snake that likes to bite, it sure does seem like it bites the collective rear end of Greyhound players and coaches a lot. So let's hope that snake is in its hole and asleep tonight. How's that?
That it's too cold to be out.
So Fairfield and Burlington will come out to the field for the final 23 seconds. Here comes the Burlington defense. Getting some last-minute instructions by Matt Siebold, the defensive coordinator. Both teams out of timeouts. First down and 10, Fairfield from their own 41-yard line. Again, 59 yards away from a touchdown. Probably 39 to 44 yards away from a reasonable opportunity at a field.
We are playing cover 0.
16-15 Greyhounds on top. Quick hitter outside. Wheaton's got it, run out of bounds at the 46, a gain of 5. You can have about 3 more of those. We don't care. Time will run out. 19 seconds remaining.
Yeah, nice job by Diego. They're playing soft, but not too soft.
Keep everything in front. Now Eddie Luckett will go all the way back to his own 10.
I'm not sure I would set him back that far. I'm just not. There's just too many.
Now, evidently Burlington had not used all its timeouts, so now they are taking their final timeout. I would have sworn 2 timeouts ago it said 2 were remaining, but
they'll have a conference of it somewhere, and I'm sure they'll work it out.
Is that 3 or 4?
Do they get 4 timeouts?
I don't know.
Do they get 6?
Was that one of the points of emphasis this year?
I missed the rules meeting virtually. Now, see, this is the song you play.
Yeah, but it's cold. You just said the officials missed the rules meeting, which officials and coaches are required to watch every year.
Or they can't make the playoffs. And I'm going to be bold. I'm fairly safe that this crew may not make the playoffs.
Well, it's been a tough night. Let's just leave it at that.
And they can get better.
There have been a lot of meetings tonight, a lot of personal fouls. I think part of the issue has been the fact that both these teams have been kind of chippy. Both these teams have played into each other's baiting techniques.
And the other thing is that they're short. I mean, they're short a member, right?
Well, they got 5.
A full crew?
Yeah, they got full. Now, the sophomore game, they were short.
I didn't see the back judge.
All right, 2nd down and 5. Ball at the 46 of Fairfield. 19 ticks remaining. 3 to the right side. Trips formation.
Trey Maxwell on some pressure.
Harris back to pass down the middle. We can do that all day. In and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Brody Angstead anyway. Falls incomplete. Probably helped Fairfield more than anything because it stops the clock at 14.
Nowhere to mark it.
You complete that in the middle of the field, and the clock's going to run out.
Well, they'll have to move the chains.
Well, that's true.
And then they'll have to kill it, and then it just. Okay, we're set over here.
3-by-1 formation, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Harris again back to pass. Wanted to throw deep down the right side, flushed out of the pocket, directing traffic. Now he's going to throw it out of bounds, so he gives Fairfield one more opportunity with 5 seconds remaining. It'll be 4th and 5, 54 yards away from pay dirt, and now we're down to one last play.
it really is fun to see the coaching staff and the players get excited. They have a sense that this could break the eggshell here and get them in a good place. Nice job by Ronald on his pursuit all the way from the far side of the field.
Trips to the left side all by himself. On the right side is Wheaton.
If I were Jackson, I'd start favoring over to that right number here.
Harris going to throw. 2 men rushing for the Greyhounds. Plenty of time. Harris going to throw. Tipped to the line of scrimmage by Sheard. In and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Aiden Lyons. None of it would have counted anyway, as there was a penalty marker for holding thrown.
Decline.
And the Burlington Greyhounds. The Burlington Greyhounds, assuming this penalty was on Fairfield, as we expect, the Burlington Greyhounds will improve to 1-2 and for the first time in 2020. Jim Krekel confirms we will decline that penalty. Holding on Fairfield. Your game is over for the first time since 1971 when Jim Hoffman won his 3rd game on the sidelines. As the head coach of the Burlington Greyhounds, Jim Krekel becomes the first coach since Hoffman to win his first game in his 3rd game overall. The Greyhounds prevail tonight 16-15. Back in 2 minutes with your abbreviated postgame show. Throws an interception, perhaps an ill-advised throw, but Fairfield takes over on the 10-yard line, and on the first play after that interception, the snap goes over the head of the quarterback, Isaac Harris, out of the back of the end zone, and the safety gives the Greyhounds the 16-15 hard-earned victory here tonight.
Yeah, I got to tell you, it was touch and go, and we prevailed even though we fumbled through. And so the thing that I'm excited about is if we can clean some of this stuff up, if we can get to the point where we can get some of that diversity in terms of misdirection, improve our passing game. We have to remember now that neither Kanye or Nolan have been a regular quarterback their entire athletic career. They're great athletes. They provide different things, and Nolan certainly proved a lot of toughness, but so did Kanye. as he's played through the day. So the big thing for us as we get out of this game is how hurt is Kale, how hurt is Kanye, how hurt is Ronald, what's the status on Bryant. Can we use this now to generate some healthy bodies here and get going? Because Fort Madison, I think, is going to be very similar to what we saw tonight.
Well, the Greyhounds win for the first time in 2020 by the score of 16-15. Now 1-2 overall, 1-1 in the Class 3A District 5. It did not take, and I'm sorry to say this, didn't take 2+ years to finally get a district victory now in the new district. You remember the first 2 seasons, 0-5s, unfortunately, for the Burlington Greyhounds in Class 4A District whatever. They get their first win in district play at Class 3A in their second game and improved to 1-2 overall. John Flaherty, your Dr. Kirk Masner player of the game.
I'm going to go with Nolan Simpson. He came in at a point in time on the offensive side when they needed somebody to calm things down, control some things, and hang on to the ball. He did that. But really, his defensive side of the game really has a huge impact, and he played extremely well.
And that would be a reasonable pick to make. I'm going to go with maybe an obscure, but every time, and again, this is, you talked about trademarking the name earlier. Seems like any time you need a play to be made, and the last play of the game was Carlo Martinez-Hale defensively for the Greyhounds, coming off the edge and sacking Isaac Harris and stopping Fairfield's opportunity to win this ball game. Anytime, or maybe that was the second to last drive of the game, anytime you need a big play, whether it's been Carlton or Carlo now, you seem to get it from those guys. So I'm giving tonight's player of the game, defensively especially, to Carlo Martinez-Hale, your Dr. Kirk Masner Family Dentistry players of the game. So, John, we do it again next week, this coming Friday. HOCO, as you called it earlier, and
that's not my coin phrase.
Final home game of the year. I mean, what are you going to say? It's a weird season.
And you know what? It feels like we're into the 6th week. For some reason, it feels longer, but it's going to be over quickly, and then we're into the playoffs. But again, a night like tonight, maybe that sparks some things. Maybe they, get a sense of believing in each other, believing in the offense. Definitely the defenses continue to play well, but not as many big plays in the first 2 weeks. Got to get going and get that momentum continued on.
Grounds finally get their first interception defensively. Kanye Baker had one in the third quarter that set up a short field. Unfortunately, the Grounds could not punch it in at that point in time, but they'd been looking for that first pick. And, offensively, you started to see some, especially early on, early, middle, first quarter, those first 2 drives, you started to see, I made mention of it at the time, we call them crooked numbers in baseball. You don't want to get 1 run. You want to get 2, 3, 4, or 5. In football, you don't want to get 1 and 2 yards. You want to get 4, 5, 6, and 7. You saw that in those first couple drives.
Yeah, and we just got to continue to capitalize on that. And as I know it's been very redundant here, come up with some diversity in some way so that they can't just gear in that off-tackle veer option. I know it's something that is the bread and butter, and if you're going to get 2 yards, that's what you're going to go to, just like we went off tackle. I've got no issue with that, but this option takes so much time to rehearse and practice that I don't think everybody understands, that they have to dedicate that much time to that, and then to try to get something else in it. It's a big challenge.
Well, the Greyhounds, as we've said a couple of times, improved to 1-2 overall, 1-1 in Class 3A District 5. Fairfield will drop to 1-3 overall, and now 0-2 in District 5 action. Next week, Fairfield will hit the road once again. They'll go to Washington to take on the Demons. Burlington, again, will be right back here at Bracewell Stadium to take on the Fort Madison Bloodhounds for the other doghouse battle, if you will. Fort Madison defeated the Greyhounds pretty handily down in Fort Madison last year, so hopefully a little repentance or penance to be paid to the Bloodhounds for taking care of the other hounds last year as well as they did. Well, John, we're going to get to the Radio Iowa High School football show as quickly as we can. As always, thanks, my friend. We'll see you down here next Friday night.
You betcha, we will.
John Flaherty, as always, a great job To my left, Donnie Claypool back in the studio, as always, a great job. I just am surrounded by great people. Our thanks to the guys from Broken Centrifuge who put us on YouTube. Hopefully, if you weren't able to get down here tonight, you're able to see the game on YouTube and hear our voices. So I was a bit tongue-tied tonight. I don't know why.
Well, I think it's because we were so emotional about the lone picture that's on the screen.
Could have been. We got one picture to look at all night. That's all right. Those things happen, and we will absolutely deal with it, because I'll tell you what, putting us on YouTube has made this a lot of fun to go back. I know my son, when he was, 6 years ago, he'd have been 6. He was really excited to hear Daddy's voice while watching TV. So while that may have waned just a little bit, it's still exciting to go back and be able to see these home games back in the archives on YouTube. Also want to say thank you to everybody out there in listening land who listened tonight. Hopefully we painted a picture that was a little bit blurry. I acknowledge that, but hopefully it was clear enough you enjoyed listening as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. Also want to thank tonight's sponsors, Standard of Beaverdale and Beckman TV and Appliance, Ritter's Garden Center and Landscaping, Pizza Ranch, the Danville State Savings Bank, Bob Dodds Insurance in Danville, Courtesy Door Sales and Service, Dr. Kirk Masner Family Dentistry, Ryan Smith's Flooring America, Queso, and Hy-Vee. And finally, I want to say thank you to my 3 family members back home, Ian, Aubrey, and my wife, Kelly. I'll be home in about 20 minutes after I drop the equipment off and come home for the weekend. Once again, your final score tonight, Burlington gets a safety early in the 4th quarter. They make it stand up. Burlington 16, Fairfield 15. Bloodhounds, Greyhounds, right from here next Friday night. Call it 7:30 or so. We'll be back here to bring it to you on KBUR and KBUR.com. Thanks so much for listening. Our thanks to everybody out there, and we'll talk to you in 7 days. So long for just a while.